Today, he'll be the starter again. Richardson said the whole thing's just been one learning experience.
A deeper dive and look into myself and see what I'm made of. So I'm thankful for these past 2 weeks, and I'm low-key glad they happened.
His head coach, Shane Steichen, announced Joe Flacco will be heading to the bench earlier this morning. Lucas Oil is now headquartered in Indianapolis. Here's Ryan Hedrick.
About 5 years ago, CEO Morgan Lucas and his wife, President Katie Lucas, were thinking about the company's future. Morgan says the move makes sense given California's tough business climate and their deep roots in the Hoosier state.
Our name has proudly been on the stadium for a long time. We believe in the Indianapolis market. We believe in Hoosiers. And my parents, my family are all from here in the state.
The new global headquarters will take up about 70,000 square feet of space at Keystone at the Crossing. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Live Golf Tour is coming to Westfield.
This will be so unique for Central Indiana and certainly Westfield that we think there'll be a huge draw, not only from the local area, but nationally as well.
Westfield Mayor Scott Willis, the tour plans to play its individual regular season finale at Chatham Hills in August of next year. Willis expects about 30,000 people to show up, and they're going to pump about $25 million into the Westfield economy. All an estimation, of course, but sounds nice. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Lovebirds, you're in for a treat. With your holiday proposal just around the corner, Shane Company is here to help you create your dream engagement ring. This is your moment. Let's make it magical. Through 4 generations as a family business, we've helped tons of couples find a beautiful engagement ring for a price that works with their budget. We've always sourced diamonds directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. At Shane Company, we have the widest selection of ring settings and center stones, in stock and ready to compare side by side. It's so easy. Choose a look that brings your vision to life. From classic styles to modern designs, we have them all. Then pick out a natural or lab-grown diamond, a sapphire in your favorite color, or a vibrant gemstone like ruby or amethyst. With our everyday competitive prices and free lifetime warranty, your forever after is safe with us. Visit shaneco.com and come see us in store. We've got your dream ring and fine jewelry gifts for everyone on your list. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
With traffic on the 5s at 3:05. Good afternoon, Matt Bear.
Good afternoon, Harrison. Westbound to 465 on the north side, a little bit slow around Meridian on the west side. Southbound 465 tight from Washington Street to Sam Jones Expressway. That's because of construction. Southbound 65 to downtown slows. 21st to Meridian Penn and eastbound 70 starting to slow down West Street into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Get matched with your perfect bed and save up to $700 on a wide selection of quality mattresses. See store for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday night, we're looking at periods of rain throughout the evening hours. About 100% chance of that rain in your neighborhood, with the rainfall totaling maybe all the way up to an inch of rain by the end of the evening hours. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renard Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! Okay, Hammer. Get ready to be energized. Get ready to be excited. Oh, man, this is big. Senate Minority Whip John Thune from South Dakota won the secret ballot. He is now the new Senate GOP leader, succeeding the turtle, Cocaine Mitch McConnell.
They're not booing. They're saying, Thune. Hold on. Check that. They're actually booing. Yes, they are actually booing. Listen, this kind of went against what the pro-Donald Trump crowd wanted.
They wanted Rick Scott out of Florida.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it came down to 3 dudes. It came down to Thune. It came down to Rick Scott. And it came down to Cornyn. But they had these secret votes, secret ballots, which sucks because nothing in Washington should be secret with these people. And the first round, nobody got the required votes. And the lowest person gets kicked off the ballot after round 1, and that was Rick Scott. So it came down to Thune and Cornyn, and then Thune received 29 votes, Cornyn got 24, and that was the winner.
Okay, show us what you can do. I mean, you got a small amount of time. You got to push President Trump's cabinet through, get his judges confirmed, get his agendas passed, and I don't know, I guess it's pretty simple. If he does all that, got our support. If not, get him the hell out of there.
There's an old interview making its way around social media right now where Thune is talking about Donald Trump, who was a candidate at the time.
Donald Trump is the Republican nominee. Would you support him?
Well, I'm hoping, Leanne, to have other options.
And that's the guy that holds Donald Trump's presidency in the palm of his hand right now.
Well, I mean, look, did Marco Rubio and Donald Trump went at it pretty hard during the primaries in 2015, 2016, and now he's, Rubio. Is it official that he's Secretary of State? Is that?
Yes, he's been nominated. Okay. They still got to go through the official process.
Yeah, they got the confirmation.
Yes.
Basically.
But yeah, I'm got to be honest. For most of these picks, I like what Donald Trump is doing here. It's just this whole secret ballot Senate thing rubs me the wrong way. And the one guy that really wanted the job to push forward Donald Trump's agenda in Washington was voted out in the first round, and it goes to John Thune. So you look at some of the other cabinet picks, though. Yesterday, we were out at the World Food Championships, Nige. We did our show live. It was a lot of fun. But by the time we got home, our phone started blowing up a little bit. Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, they were named to this new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, as it's known as. And then Pete Hegseth, who a lot of people know from Fox News, but he was named the Secretary of Defense. And it's hilarious, Nige, to see so many blue check marks, people with thousands and thousands of followers that had no idea Pete Hegseth had a pretty strong military background.
Huge background. Medals, tours of combat. I mean, he's an American badass. He really is.
He was a major in the United States Army, two-time Bronze Star recipient, two-time Army Commendation Medal recipient, National Defense Service Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Expert Infantryman Badge, Combat Infantry Badge. I mean, all of these things are on the resume. That's just a little bit.
But he's in the media. He's on Fox News. Blah, 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 blah. Lots of media personalities left their gigs to go work at administrations. I got a list a mile long I'm looking at here.
There's a certain U.S. senator that has her panties in a twist.
Oh, no.
It's Elizabeth Warren, and we haven't done this in a long time, but if we're going to talk about Elizabeth Warren, I think we need to have the official Elizabeth Warren music.
You're right, it has been a long time.
It's been too long. Your favorite fake Indian goes on to social media and says, quote, a Fox and Friends weekend co-host is not qualified to be the Secretary of Defense. I lead the Senate Military Personnel Panel. All three of my brothers served in uniform. I respect every one of our service members. Donald Trump's pick will make us less safe, and it must be rejected.
What a Fox News host, whatever. That's what you're concentrating on? His media credentials. That has nothing to do with it. This Zuckerman lady left the Chicago Tribune to go work in Obama's transportation department. Hell, Simone Sanders left her NBC anchor job to go work for Biden.
And did Pocahontas make any sort of noise when Old Balls Tim Walz was lying about his service on the ticket with Kamala Harris?
Yeah, there's that.
So Pete Hegseth co-worker Will Cain, who he works with on Fox and Friends, the weekend edition, put out a pretty good response to Elizabeth Warren. Quote, that Fox and Friends weekend host is an American hero. 3 deployments, 2 Bronze Stars. I don't know how many best-selling books, multiple, and the latest on the war led by people like you on our warriors. You're a fake Indian. Sit down. Damn! Anytime you can end a tweet where you're responding to Elizabeth Warren and it says, quote, you're a fake Indian, sit down, That's strong.
But he's too young. He's in his 40s. Does that hold any weight, any water? I mean, hell, remember Donald Rumsfeld, old Rummy? I think he started his career at the DOD under Gerald Ford in his 40s, just as an example. JFK for that, man. And now JFK has a political background.
Right.
I'm just saying age should not be a factor here either.
Is he a leader of men?
Exactly.
Does he have respect to the people in the room?
Is he a hard ass?
Can he do the job?
Absolutely.
I think he checks every box. And again, when you're looking at some of these staff picks, the chief of staff, Susie Wiles, I like that. Marco Rubio, nominated for Secretary of State. I can get with that. But my favorite one, even more so than Pete Hegseth, is the border czar, Tom Homan. This dude has very little tolerance for bullcrap, and I respect the hell out of that.
He used to run ICE. He used to run the whole show.
Take a listen to a little snippet from a 60 Minutes interview.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Oh, I love that. That's strong. And then,
I can't believe he's saying that out loud.
If you ever try to get squirrely with this dude, like Representative Jayapal did in that House Judiciary Subcommittee hearing on immigration back when he was the head of ICE, do not try to be Billy Badass against this dude.
Please respect the chair's authority. The
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Homan!
You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
The witness will suspend.
So good.
But you listen to that whole exchange. We don't have time to play it now. You can go back and listen to that whole exchange. He just schools her on immigration and illegal immigration. It's just an absolutely, took her to the water, took her to the shed, man.
John Ratcliffe sounds like he is going to be nominated to be the CIA director. I'm good with that. I was kind of hoping that was Kash Patel's area. I'm still holding out hope that Kash Patel either gets FBI or something with national security, because that's where that dude belongs. That's another cat that has very little time for bullcrap. All right, Matt Baer, he is standing by with a look at the roads.
All right, Hammer, inbound 65, stop and go traffic from 29th to Meridian Penn, eastbound 70, a little bit slow from west to Meridian, Illinois. This is a crash on the east side, westbound 70, before Emerson Avenue, left lane closed, slow back to Sherman. And then we're looking at southbound 465 on the west side, slowing from Washington to Sam Jones because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Wendy's. Any size soft drinks for $1. Wendy's has $1 soft drinks, any size, any time. Coke, Sprite, strawberry, Fanta, whatever you want. Any size soft drink for $1. Gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only at participating Wendy's. Terms apply. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
54. Might see some rain a little bit later on tonight. Some areas might see it pretty heavy at times at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. We're going to have some fun today. We got a lot going on in Washington. Trump meeting with Biden. We've got all these cabinet picks starting to domino. And we got Tony Kennett from the Daily Signal lined up to join us a little bit later on. But coming up next, Nige, get ready. We're going to play Cameo Price is Right.
Oh, no. I always get these wrong.
That is coming up next.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Earn, save, grow. It's time your money works harder and goes further with a Stockyards Bank and Trust CD. For a limited time, earn 5.15 annual percentage yield with our 5-month CD special. Proudly serving our communities since 1904. Visit any of our 5 Indianapolis area locations or syb.com/IndyCD today and experience the Stockyards Bank difference. 10,000 minimum balance required. Limited time offer. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
A true partner in your health dedicates time to understanding your needs. At CenterWell Senior Primary Care, doctors make one-on-one time with you a priority so you can get all your questions answered and feel more confident in your health care. See how it feels to have a team of senior care experts working together to help you feel your best. CenterWell, it's about time. Schedule a tour today at meetcenterwell.com. That's meetcenterwell.com.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
In the fight against lung cancer, it's game on, game strong. Franciscan Health leads the way with robotic technology to find and treat cancer sooner. Our entire team of multidisciplinary experts let cancer know it's hard to play against us. Franciscan Health is changing the game for lung cancer patients. Schedule a consultation or second opinion today. Visit franciscanhealth.org/lungcancercare.
Discover Barkeep Vodka, the cleanest and smoothest vodka thanks to its unique compression filtering by Indy-based True Essence.
Top shelf quality and value, and you're supporting local Indiana farms. Grab a bottle at any Indiana store or visit barkeepvodka.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer in Indianapolis.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
That music can mean only one thing. No, I'm not talking about the Price is Right. I'm talking about Cameo Price is Right. Hammer, what is Cameo and how do we play?
So Cameo is this website, this online service where you can pay various amounts of money and I'm going to use air quotes, celebrity will record a personalized message for you or your friends. Now, you're not getting the A-listers on Cameo. Leo is not on Cameo. Julia Roberts, I don't believe, is on Cameo. But you have like the B list, the C list, a few athletes, a few pro wrestlers.
John Lovitz, Chuck Norris.
Yes. So what I've got in front of me is a list of various celebrities. And with Allison being out today and Corbin filling in, I don't feel like Corbin's ready for Cameo Prices Right yet. So I have got the actual retail price in front of me, Nige.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a price that I've created. Your job is to tell me if it is over or under the fake price that I've given you.
Okay.
Now, whoever gets the most right, whether it's you or me, because if you don't get it right, I get a point. Whoever is the winner gets a sip of this awesome Barkeep vodka.
Yeah.
From our friends at Hughes Culinary, the people behind St. Elmo. This is amazing stuff.
That's good stuff. I hope I win.
If you are like us and you don't mind getting a bottle for the holidays, right, go out and get some of this. It's top shelf stuff. It's made in Indiana. And
it is smooth. It is clean.
Right.
It is very good.
It's really, I think, designed for like mixed drinks, but I'm a borderline alcoholic, so I'm just going to drink it out of the bottle,
Okay.
and I expect you to do the same, okay? Here we go. Number one, Carney Wilson. One of the folks from Wilson Phillips, over or under $125?
Over.
Under $99. Point for me. All right. Friend of the show, head coach of Nevada basketball, former IU legend Steve Alford. Over or under $75?
Under.
Correct. $50. $50. We're 1-1 here. All right. WWE Wrestling Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. He also won a gold medal in the Olympics in wrestling.
Big boy.
Over or under $75?
Over.
Over is correct. $100. All right. Here's another friend of the show. Murr from Impractical Jokers.
Yes.
James Murray.
Hilarious. Bald dude.
Over or under $225?
I'm going to say over.
Correct. $249. All right. Fans of reality television, maybe you'll know this name. From Big Brother, Dr. Will Kirby. I believe he was one of the first, if not the first winner of Big Brother. Dr. Will. Over or under $200?
Oh, under.
$300. It's an over.
What?
$300. It's more expensive to get a message from Dr. Will than Murr.
I don't even know. I'm not even sure who Dr. Will is.
All right, we move on. Rapper Be Real from Cypress Hill. He's the front man. Cocaine in the Ukraine. The over-under is set at $150.
Over.
Under $120.
Wow.
And again, you could almost get 3 Cypress Hills for a Dr. Will. All right. Dean Cain, conservative, actor, played Superman on the show. Over or under is set at $125.
I'll go over.
Correct. $150. And last one, Engelbert Humperdinck, musician.
Yes.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Don't even tell me it's the under, whatever you got it set at.
$345. So, I'm looking at my numbers here. It looks like we came up with a statistical tie. So I'm going to the tiebreaker. How much do you think it costs for NFL referee Ed Hockley? Ed Hockley.
He's a big, mean, muscular ref.
Right.
He's retired now, I believe.
Over or under is set at $200.
Under.
$210.
Oh!
Ed Guns Hockley.
So
that means I win.
Do you have a glass?
I don't need a glass.
You're just going straight from the bottle of Barkeep?
Right.
You won Cameo price. See, I never win these things. I had a couple of good
That
ones
was close, though. Like, that came down to, like, the final question. So, to the victor goes the spoils. Again, Barkeep, so smooth. Here we go.
I'm so jealous. Wow.
Mm.
There, keep going. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You bastard.
That's going to get me in trouble right there.
Oh, man.
That is good.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
$345. So imagine you just won $600 on a scratch-off lottery ticket. You could only get one between Engelbert Humperdinck and Dr. Will Kirby because you can't afford both. Both of them is a combined $645. I could get 6 Kurt Angles for that.
Incredible.
How weird would this be? I'm looking at this story from New York. A woman in New York was watching the reality show Couples Therapy. Have you ever heard of this?
My wife probably has.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but somebody was watching that reality show, Couples Therapy, and then they realized a scene was shot in her apartment room. It was shot in her apartment without her knowing it. Take a listen.
Why am I watching a TV show and realizing the people in the TV show live in my apartment unit? Okay, this is the apartment. That's their bathroom. That's my bathroom. Okay, that's their kitchen. Don't tell me we don't live in the Truman Show.
That's the bedroom where I cheated on my boyfriend. That's the same bathroom that I take all my dumps in.
Ooh.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I figured if anybody would know this crappy reality stuff, it'd be you, because
No.
your wife watches it all
She
the time.
does watch it, but I tune it out. I do not. I am either asleep or downstairs on the couch when she watches that crap. She's watching something now called Love is Blind. You ever heard of that one?
No.
Crystal doesn't watch that crap at all?
She watches these awful people that sell houses.
Well,
The
Lindsay
realtors.
watches those, and then they watch, I think this is on Netflix too, the one with the little people.
Oh.
There's several different reality shows.
Are the
I'm
little
kinda
people
like-
selling Sunset too? Because I don't know. It feels like all these shows run together. Like the Real Housewives
It's a
of Little
good-
People Selling Sunset.
Yeah, it's a good family show for my wife and daughter to watch for sure.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Real stories with Hellsberg.
I had the ring already. She had made it very clear what kind of ring she wanted.
Yep.
I pretended that I was going to kneel and picked up a pine cone instead of pulling out a ring.
What a jerk. But when I saw that ring, I was like, oh, he did good.
I really love Amy. I really, really genuinely love Amy.
I love you too.
At Hellsberg, find the engagement ring worthy of your story. Designed with the love, care, and craft it deserves. Visit a Hellsberg store or hellsberg.com.
I do love my Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating. I had a little oil leak, unfortunate as that sounds, and it was really easy to clean. Just a little soap, a little water, it's done. My old garage floor was beat up. It was tore up, it was cracked, and Galaxy Concrete coatings came in as little as a day, made it 4 times stronger, faster drying, stronger hold. The color's not going to fade. And like I mentioned, it is super easy to clean, and it looks great. My Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating is out of this world. Check out their website, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or give them a call, 751-9070.
Joyner Homes. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana and has a streamlined, fully custom home build process with an in-house team of architectural and design specialists. So you can focus on the fun stuff like cabinets and flooring and paint colors. They truly build unique, character-rich, smart design homes anywhere that you can bring a builder or on your own private lot. Check out their pricing online at joynerhomes.com. That's where you can also see some of the homes they've built. That's joynerhomes.com.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for Indianapolis, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Get ready for some rain. 54 degrees and cloudy in downtown Indianapolis. Your radar is clear, but some rain is headed this way from the west. Low of 52 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:30. Rain is about to move through the state.
Looks like just beneficial rain, so we're not even expecting lightning or thunder with this. It looks like it'll just be a pretty steady rain that will start sometime later today and then move. The entire rain area will move through the state overnight into early tomorrow morning.
Randy Bowers with the National Weather Service. He also says now's a good time to start thinking about prepping for when winter weather could move into the state. It's not going to get any warmer the rest of the year. 2 teenagers in Fort Wayne were shot and killed in separate incidents this week. One of them a 16-year-old boy who was killed by police.
And this is not who Fort Wayne is, and it's absolutely not the path that we want to go down. So I'm asking you to be a partner with us. If you see anything, please share that with us and continue to talk to your neighbors.
Fort Wayne's Mayor Sharon Tucker in a video posted to social media Tuesday saying if you see something, say something. South Dakota's John Thune is the next leader of Senate Republicans.
It's a new day in the United States Senate, and it's a new day in America. The American people have loudly rejected the failed policies of the Biden, Harris, Schumer agenda.
Thune will replace Kentucky's Mitch McConnell, who's stepping down from the role as the Republican leader in the Senate. And the Indianapolis Colts are going back to Anthony Richardson as their starting quarterback. Here's John Herrick to tell you about it.
Richardson's also going to be the starter for the rest of the season. That was the announcement from Colts head coach Shane Steichen Wednesday morning. He had been on the bench while Joe Flacco was the starter for the last 2 games. During that time, Richardson said he learned a lot.
Just so
showing them that I could do my work, day in and day out consistently. As a pro, you feel like, okay, I'm doing my work, I'm getting it done. That's enough, but it's never enough. Especially not for the vets. They feel like if they got to do the extra work, you got to do it too. So that's how it's supposed to be.
Richardson says this helped him learn what he's made of. The Colts get the New York Jets this Sunday. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:32.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros. And a thank you to our loyal customers for making our agency a national sales leader for the 7th straight year. We recently saved a family of 4 over $500 monthly when compared to their ACA plan. It's still Obamacare, right? We've recently saved a 61-year-old retiring couple over $600 when compared to their COBRA plan. Breaking news. We are now able to offer health insurance to employer groups of all sizes with 2 of the largest insurers in the Midwest. We'll be here when you need us. Quoting my favorite president, what the heck do you have to lose? We can help. As always, God bless America, or at least what's left of her.
Call Ron or Terry at 317-563-0868. That's 317-563-0868. Or go to rragency.org. That's rragency.org. A health plan managed and chosen by you, not the government.
Hey guys, it's Rob Kendall. Give back November 21st at Hi-Fi. Get tickets to a celebrity bartender toast to Moselle Sanders, powered by Jack Daniels. A night of community, Jack Daniels cocktails, and fighting food insecurity. Sample signature cocktails crafted by celebrity bartenders, all working to help raise $10,000 to feed 10,000 people this Thanksgiving through the Moselle Sanders Foundation. Tickets start at $20, with all proceeds benefiting Moselle Sanders Foundation's mission to support families in need. Get tickets at hifiindy.com.
With traffic at 3:33, here's Matt Bear.
Crash east side, westbound 70 before Emerson Avenue. The left lane is closed and traffic is stop and go back to 465. Delay is 7 minutes. Northbound 65, Boone County, stop and go traffic after Whitestown Parkway up to State Road 267. We have a vehicle fire reported. Inbound 65, stop and go from 29th to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, loaded Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better hot tubs. 24-hour water filtration, purification, and aeration means better water quality. Natural minerals and Epsom salts means better relaxation. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday night, we're looking at periods of rain throughout the evening hours, about 100% chance of that rain in your neighborhood, with rainfall totaling maybe all the way up to an inch of rain by the end of the evening hours. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renard Sudas for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Yeah, I think it's just consistent with the process. That's what it is. Just you got to go through the process every single day, and that's where it's at. You know what I mean? We're going through a process right now, and that's where it's at.
Can you explain the process? Like, has he been late? Has he not prepared the right way? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, well, like I said, we're going through a process, James. That's it.
Drink every time Shane Steichen says process for the Hammer and Nigel show. Guess who's back? After a 2-week experiment with the old man, Flax, Joey Flacco, Anthony Richardson is back, Hammer.
So, what the hell is going on around here? To quote Vince Lombardi. Let's go to the hotline here and bring on our pal Andy Sweeney from 107.5 The Fan, part of the morning show, The Wake Up Call with KB and Andy. All right, Andy, let's walk through this here. A couple weeks ago, the Colts make the move. They say Flacco is the guy moving forward. Richardson says he never got an explanation of why he was benched. And today, we find out that Richardson's back, and it's for the rest of the year. Walk me through this thing.
All right, guys. Well, I mean, okay, so we go back a couple weeks ago, and I love you playing all those processes in a row. I think he said it like, 10 to 12 times? Like it got to the point where Shane Steichen looked like a hostage on Monday. He really did. It was a hostage situation for Shane Steichen. But let's go back to answer your question. So, this happened that Anthony Richardson was just so bad. If you go back to that second Houston game where it's like, this guy is like so bad, it's like we're playing him, and I know we're gathering all this data about what kind of a quarterback he's going to be, and we're trying to mature him into a good starting quarterback in the NFL. But he was so bad. It's like, what do you do here? And then he gets benched, and then it's Joe Flacco. And at the time, personally, guys, I wasn't like I understood it. I think now that we go back and we kind of see what's happened, the Colts were so frustrated with AR that they were themselves ready to look like clowns in the process and kind of be made fun of and kind of be bashed by the NFL. And so he has those Dobie press conferences week after week now. The last couple of weeks, it's, well, you're going to go back to AR. And it's like, well, what's he working on? And it's very vague. And Steichen will only say professionalism, right? That's kind of a word he'll use, that, he just needs to be professional, and Joe's our guy. Hell, he said Joe's our guy 2 days ago. Yeah. And so lo and behold, today we get the news that Anthony Richardson is back. And for me, and we can dive more into this, for me, there's no way that I do not look at this as a suspension. They're not going to say it. They're never going to say it. They're still protecting the kid, and I get it. He's a young player. But to me, over the last several weeks leading up to this, Anthony Richardson, it is apparent, was not doing the things Monday through Saturday to be a starting quarterback, a high-level leader in the NFL. And then he would go out there on Sunday and throw for 129 yards and complete 40% of his passes. And you combine those two, they felt like, hey, we need to sit him down. There needs to be a reset. He needs to learn a lesson. And I believe the last couple of weeks, that's what's happened.
Is this more than just him tapping out? The world famous, yes, I'm tired and coming off the sideline. Is it more than that, Andy, you think?
Well, I think so, but I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it. I think, listen, being relatively new to the market still, there is a lot of scar tissue that I have to learn on what Colts fans have been through with this organization and Chris Ballard, right? There is a lot of people that are tired of hearing about it, that don't trust them, and I get it. I totally get it. But in this instance, Anthony Richardson needs to shoulder some of the blame. The Colts are not perfect here. They drafted him. They have now benched him. They have come up short in many different ways. Maybe their communication with what they expected, their expectations was not as clear. You guys know this, whether it's a kid or a coworker. Sometimes you got to tell somebody exactly what they need to do, right? They're not going to always connect the dots, and perhaps that is Anthony Richardson. But I believe this is something that was festering, and I believe this is something to where they believe they needed to sit him down. And the Colts can be clowns, but Anthony Richardson needs to accept responsibility and needs to be doing everything. I mean, this organization has seen Peyton Manning. They've seen Andrew Luck. Even some of the guys that didn't work out, like Phillip Rivers. That is a Hall of Fame level quarterback. Shane Steichen has worked with an MVP in Jalen Hurts, has worked with a guy like Justin Herbert. They and he knows what it takes to be that kind of guy in this league. And I don't think Anthony was doing that. He was not meeting them halfway. This is my opinion now. Some of the things that they've said, Anthony today talked about he needs to make more sacrifices and that he needs to be better and those sorts of things. And so I think there is an admittance here that this guy needed to sit. He needed to be embarrassed a little bit, but he also needed to learn that some of the stuff he's done around here isn't going to fly. I think, just as an aside, and sorry to go too long, I believe that this was a coddled, entitled player because the Colts knew what he meant. He meant hope. He meant saving jobs. He meant a new era of Colts football. And he knew that. He was given the starting job over Gardner Minshew and what did he do to earn it? He was automatically the starter. That does not happen in every instance in the NFL with a young drafted quarterback. And then, he came in this year and he was having press conferences right before he got suspended. I'm one of one. I run as well in this, as Michael Vick and Lamar Jackson. Like, big boy, you are not Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick. I don't know what to tell you, brother. You're just not. So I think there is a humbling here, and I think this could be a positive. It's a reset for both sides, and let's see what you have the final 8 games of the season.
Andy Sweeney with us from 107.5 The Fan does the morning show, the wake-up call. I heard the word embarrassing in there at one point. Where's the franchise at right now? Because I got to be honest, Andy, if I'm somebody that's looking to hit the free agent market as an NFL player next year, I know money talks more than anything else, but the way the Colts have just completely wet themselves in this entire process, from the starting to the benching to the bringing back to the lack of transparency to these bizarre press conferences to the rumors that Irsay may still be calling the shots or having his daughters go down on the field. I mean, all of this nonsense. Why would anybody come to Indianapolis right now?
Well, here's the beauty, guys. They signed 2 free agents last year. Last offseason, they signed 2 free agents. So you ask, why don't free agents go there? Well, do they want to sign free agents? I mean, Chris Ballard seems to be allergic to free agents. I think it's one of the big issues that I have with this team is that they didn't bring in any outside voices. And when you do team run it back, why do you have chemistry issues in the locker room when you brought back everyone who really liked each other? I mean, that to me is a huge indictment. We can move the Anthony Richardson stuff aside. Why is Kenny Moore going up there and questioning a couple days ago after last week's game? Why is he going up there and questioning effort with a team run it back where everybody got paid?
Who was he talking about, Andy? Do we have any clue on who specifically he was talking about?
No, but I'll say this. Listen, I respect Kenny Moore. He's a very good player. If there's a guy on the team to stand up and say something, he would be one of the 4 or 5 guys I would pick. But it cannot be an offense versus defense thing. The offense has been pathetic. The defense also allowed Malik Willis to run all over him in week 2. You know, they had a chance to get a stop in week 1. They didn't do it. They had a chance to get a stop in week 2 and didn't do it. I mean, the defense in 2 years that I've been here, guys, has only played well against quarterbacks who are the bottom feeders of the NFL. So, I don't want to make it an offense versus defense thing, but I would hope it would not be that, because both of them had their shortcomings that have led this team to be pretty average over the last couple of years. But it's an interesting saga. It really is. And now, listen, all you have to hope is that he has learned his lesson, that Anthony has been humbled, and that he's ready to go. And now we get to talk about nicer things like, can he stay healthy for the next 8 games, which will be a big question going forward if Anthony Richardson could do that for sure.
Last thing here before we let you go. Let's say the wheels completely fall off this thing, like they haven't already, but technically the Colts are still in a playoff hunt, as laughable as that may be. Yep. But let's say the wheels fall off. They lose to this bad Jets team. They get beat by some of these bottom feeders down the stretch. Irsay's making moves, right?
It's a great question. It really is. Listen, why would you think he would make a move on Chris Ballard? I guess that would be my number one question. Should he? Yeah, there's a lot of data that you would. Will he? I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. I got to see it to believe it. I mean, he has had ample opportunity to make that move. He let, a year and a half, whatever it was ago, he let Ballard, select the quarterback and select the head coach. And he's been able, and they've kept Gus Bradley through this entire thing, the defensive coordinator. So if you're giving me odds, will Chris Ballard live to fight another season? Well, I'm taking that until something happens, right? Red keeps popping up on the roulette wheel. I'm taking red, baby, until that baby turns black. That's how I feel. I think Steichen's still too young. The wheels, they can hide themselves behind the wheels come off, and we'll see what happens, that they've at least gathered data on Anthony Richardson. And that's the only saving grace to the season. If the wheels fall off and he stinks it up, then I think you have a lot of answers. And you go into the next season knowing that, hey, this guy might not be our quarterback here the entire season. But you bring up a good point. They have one of the easiest schedules. So get this. If they fall apart like you're saying, we're talking Jags, Titans, Giants, Jets. There is a lot of yuck. Patriots, there's a lot of yuck on that schedule. If they lose some of those games, you're going to be looking at, are you going to give Chris Ballard another top 6-7 pick to make coming up in April? And that'll be the question. But I'll never bet against Chris Ballard. He has lived through 2 or 3 different times, at least in his era, where he probably could have been canned.
I don't know what dirt he's got on Irsay, but whatever he does, he plays that leverage well.
Yes, sir.
That is Andy Sweeney from 107.5 The Fan, does the morning show, The Wake Up Call with KB and Andy. Andy, we appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, take care, guys. See you.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good?
Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eco bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
Heating and air, they are built indeed to a higher standard. That's why I only use American Standard equipment, and I only use American Standard technicians when coming out to my house. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those local, independent American Standard dealers in Central Indy.
How about B&W HVAC, plumbing, and electrical in Speedway? Fall turning to winter means cold nights, and you got to make sure that furnace is safe and ready to keep you warm. B&W's dedicated team, they will make sure your heating system is in top shape. And when the frigid sub-zero temperatures arrive, you're going to be good to go. bplusw.com/radio. Schedule your appointment today. That's bplusw.com/radio, or just give them a call, 317-243-3581. B&W HVAC, plumbing, and electrical and Speedway. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-0395. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-0395. 800-285-0395. 800-285-0395.
As a caregiver, managing your loved one's health can at times be overwhelming. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I'll share 3 tips to help you manage your loved one's medical care effectively.
Cardon & Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Tip number 1, keep a list of all medications, dosages, and schedules to ensure your loved one is taking their medication correctly. Second, attend doctor's appointments with your loved one when you're able. And finally, stay organized by keeping forms, notes, and other important documents in one secure place. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Heating and air conditioning can be the largest investment you make in your home. Here at Family, we pride ourselves in offering many flexible options.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's the Degenerates Next Door, a sports betting podcast for dudes.
Real dudes, not the fake Kardashian-looking like dudes you see on television doing this. The Degenerates Next Door. Download and subscribe today anywhere you get your podcast. All right, Matt Baer, what's going on?
Crash clear, westbound 70 on the east side before Emerson. Still slow back to Shadeland Avenue. And then southbound 465 on the west side, stop and go. Washington to Sam Jones, that's a construction zone. Southbound 65 coming into downtown, stop and go traffic, MLK to Meridian Pad. And eastbound 70, stop and go traffic from Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better. Hot tubs, 24-hour water filtration, purification, and aeration means means better water quality. Natural minerals and Epsom salts means better relaxation. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up a little bit after 4 o'clock, 4:05, Donald Trump naming more cabinet members, an AG, an intelligence director. We'll talk about that coming up. Right now, it's 54 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, and let's play a round of Is It Racist? Try it again, Corbin. Let's play Is It Racist? There we go. Now, for those who may be new to this program, here to explain the rules is AOC.
Is it racist? Is something racist, yes or no?
Nigel, how many songs from rapper Trick Daddy can you name?
I mean, I bet I'd recognize a couple of them. I mean, he's been around for a while, hasn't he?
Right.
I mean, like, Let's Go, maybe.
Yeah, here's a little sample of Let's Go. Trick Daddy with Little John right there.
Yeah.
So,
some Ozzy in there, too.
Yep, using the little sample of Ozzy there. He's getting backlash because he's saying that he doesn't identify as African American.
Uh-oh.
He did an interview, and he said, quote, "My grandmother ain't never tell me not one mother bleeping story about Africa. I don't know nothing about Africa. All I know is the only African people I run into, they think they better than us over here." He goes on to say, "So what you effing worried about me saying that I'm not African? I'm just American. What is wrong with you N-words?"
Oh, goodness.
So the black community is now saying, you're selling out your own people here. You're borderline racist. So we play the game. Is it racist?
The doughy white guy making the decision right now if something's racist. I love it. Great idea. I don't think there's anything wrong with Trick Daddy saying, just call me an American. I'm not African American. I've never been to Africa. My grandma has never told me any stories. I don't think there's, the way he put it was pretty harsh. Don't get me wrong.
Correct.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with a black guy saying, you know what, I'm not comfortable with African American. I'm an American.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
So if you're going to make those types of comments, own them. And that's what he did. Like, he certainly wasn't backing away from it. Just like Hinchcliffe did, the comedian that did the roast and made the Puerto Rican joke.
Yeah.
He caught all this backlash, but he went back on stage and said, "I apologize to absolutely nobody." That's the way you own up to it. Real quick, before we hit a break here, I just read that John Krasinski, People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive of 2024. Now,
Jim from The Office?
Jim from The Office, the sexiest man alive in 2024.
Wow.
My cover of that is still posted on our social media if you want to go see that. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I was named Sexiest Man in Beech Grove. So we've got dueling magazine covers there. But
I see that now.
Chicks dig me because I smell like bacon.
Jason Hammer, Sexiest Man in Beech Grove.
But my other takeaway from this is that John Krasinski, the sexiest man alive, this is another year where Gene Katie was robbed.
$182,000.
What?
Yeah, $182,000. According to CBS News, the average American loses out on an average of $182,000 in Social Security income. And it's because they filed for their benefits, Rob, at the wrong time.
Learn how you could avoid this with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy.
We trust Bill to help with planning for our retirement, and you can too.
This free analysis could help you get the most income from Social Security while considering the impact on your spousal benefits, taxes, IRAs, and 401k withdrawals, and Medicare premiums.
If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis by calling 317-932-9912.
Don't lose $182,000 in Social Security income that's rightfully yours.
Call 317-932-9912. That's 317-932-9912.
Hey, if you're a vodka drinker, but you haven't tried Barkeep Vodka yet, you're missing out. It is truly the cleanest vodka ever made, and it's local right here in Indy.
I mean, this is a top shelf vodka you're getting at a really low price. And the best part, it's distilled with corn from Indiana farmers. It's made in Indy. And come on, you know the folks behind St. Elmo would not put their name on anything that's bad. Barkeep Vodka. This is amazing. Makes a great gift for the holidays. Pick up a bottle right now. Visit barkeepvodka.com to get a list of locations.
Indy, tired of using the fall to paint your house year after year? Then do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
And right now, Indy, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield has partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer affordable monthly payments with 0% interest loans to qualified customers.
I think it increases the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Is your home ready for another Indiana winter? Is your wallet ready? Affordable warmth and cozy comfort starts at the top. Your chimney. Your fireplace can save big on your heating bills. Chimney Solutions will clean and inspect your chimney so you can safely get the most out of your fireplace this season. For a limited time, save even more. Get up to a $2,000 tax credit when Chimney Solutions installs your new wood-burning stove by the end of the year. And ask for $100 off chimney caps, get $100 off chimney caps. ChimneyIndy.com.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here with my friend Jack Hope, owner of Hope Plumbing. Jack, at the Sullivan House, we can't deal with any last-minute plumbing emergencies around the holidays. What do you suggest to get ready?
It's important to get your branch lines cleared because it could prevent a major disaster at some point over the holidays. And for the month of November, we have a $99 branch line clearing special for all your faithful listeners.
You heard them. Call Hope Plumbing for a $99 branch line clearing and get your home prepped for all the holiday fun.
Your local news coming up in 2 minutes from Fox News, or after Fox News Radio, rather, from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
This is a Fox News alert. New nominees for top jobs. I'm Lisa Brady. President-elect Trump just announcing his pick for U.S. Attorney General. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, a Trump loyalist who was previously caught up in a Justice Department sex trafficking probe. That ended last year with no charges, but a House Ethics Committee probe of Gaetz has continued. Fox's Aisha Hasni.
I'm actually getting some texts from Senate sources right now telling me that he's not going to get confirmed, that this is going to be a tough one for Republicans to try to get him through the Senate confirmation process.
Fox's the president-elect calls Gaetz a gifted and tenacious attorney who will end weaponized government. He's also nominating Florida Senator Marco Rubio to be his Secretary of State, calling his 2016 presidential rival a highly respected leader and powerful voice for freedom. In a statement just posted, Rubio says leading the State Department is a tremendous responsibility. He's honored by the trust placed in him and looks forward to earning support from Senate colleagues. The Director of National Intelligence would also need Senate confirmation. The Trump pick for that post is former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, who ran for president as a Democrat in 2020. Earlier, President Biden and the president-elect had a nearly 2-hour meeting in the Oval Office.
They discussed important national security and domestic policy issues facing the nation and the world. President Biden also raised important items on Congress's to-do list for the lame duck session. administration.
White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre calling it a cordial, very gracious, and substantive meeting on Capitol Hill.
It's a new day in the United States Senate, and it's a new day in America. The American people have loudly rejected the failed policies of the Biden-Harris-Schumer agenda.
South Dakota Senator John Thune chosen by Senate Republicans as their new leader, the incoming majority leader beginning next year. A mixed finish on Wall Street. The Dow up 47 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's a matter of when, not if. Cloudy with temperatures in the 50s downtown. Rain west of Indianapolis and on the way per your radar. Low of about 52 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. For Moss Roofing, here's what's trending at 4:02. Rain is moving through the state.
It looks like just beneficial rain, so we're not even expecting lightning or thunder with this. It looks like it'll just be a pretty steady rain that will start sometime later today and then move. The entire rain area will move through the state overnight into early tomorrow morning.
Randy Bowers with the National Weather Service says now's also the time to start thinking about preparing for when winter weather could move into the state as well. It's only going to get colder from here on out. Stop me if you've heard this before. The Indianapolis Colts are making a quarterback change. John Hayrick reports.
Colts head coach Shane Steichen announced on Monday that despite his struggles against Buffalo the previous week, that Joe Flacco would be the starter. But on Wednesday, he changed his mind and said the team would go with Anthony Richardson as the starting quarterback once again. Shortly after the announcement, Richardson said he was grateful.
Just so that I'm willing to be a pro. I'm willing to sacrifice anything that I need to do for the team. I feel like these past 2 weeks has definitely opened my eyes and allowed me to have the opportunity to do that.
And the Colts face the New York Jets this Sunday. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Lucas Oil's moved their headquarters back to Indiana.
As a company, we've been ingrained in this community for a long time. Our name has proudly been on the stadium for a long time. We believe in the Indianapolis market. We believe in Hoosiers. And my parents, my family are all from here in the state.
CEO Morgan Lucas talking about their new offices at Keystone at the Crossing. And some of the best golfers in the world will be in Westfield next year for the regular season finale of the Live Golf Tour. Kurt Darling reports.
It'll be held at Chatham Hills, and the city of Westfield is forking over $250,000 in cash to Live to hold its individual season championship there. Taxpayer money that Mayor Scott Willis is confident they'll recoup.
When you look at the financial impact that it will have to our community, anywhere between, they're estimating $21 to $30 million in revenue that will be generated from the golf tournament.
Talking to WIBC's Tony Katz, he expects roughly 30,000 people to attend the three-day event in mid-August of 2025. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
It's starting to be fall in Indiana, the perfect time to tackle home projects you've been putting off before winter arrives. With Moss Roofing by your side, you don't have to do it alone. They're ready to assist with your roofing and siding needs, ensuring your home is safe and ready for the holidays. Let Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com, give your home a serious glow up with premium James Hardy siding, tough enough to face Indiana's wild weather and stylish enough to turn heads on your block. And the best part, their free inspections come with a 3D design preview so you could see your home's stunning makeover before the work begins. Contact Moss Roofing for a job done right every single time at Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com, or call 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 317-747-3665. That's 747-3665. Or online at Moss, MOSS, mossroofing.com. And don't forget, tell them Tony Katz sent you.
With traffic on the 5s at 4:05, here's Matt Baer.
Inbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from MLK to Meridian Penn. That is a delay of 8 minutes. West to side, southbound 465, stop-and-go traffic, Rockville Road to Sam Jones Expressway. Looking at eastbound 70, still slow. Harding to Meridian, Illinois. North side eastbound 465 slows from Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by General Motors. General Motors Marion is hosting a career fair on November 14th and November 16th. Hiring skilled trades journey person roles. Visit facebook.com/General Motors Careers to learn more. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday night, we're looking at periods of rain throughout the evening hours, about 100% chance of that rain in your neighborhood, with rainfall totaling maybe all the way up to an inch of rain by the end of the evening hours. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renard Sudas for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on The Level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's...
Hammer, can you ever remember like even discussing a president-elect's cabinet members and nominees? Like, I've never been this fascinated by it before. And it's really Trump, President-elect Trump, it's a who's who in these prime positions.
The reason we've never been so fascinated, things have never been more screwed up.
Oh, that's a good point. But in most of the appointments, like in 20, like who's this guy? Who the hell is Rex Tillerson or whatever?
Right.
It's like now we have breaking news here at the top of the hour.
So again, these are all just nominations.
Sure.
They still got to go through the process. To quote Shane Steichen, but Matt Gaetz of Florida has been nominated for Attorney General.
True flamethrower. He's the one that got Kevin McCarthy kicked out as House Speaker.
Right. Now, he's going to have a hard time in confirmations because there are some swamp monster Republicans that hate Matt Gaetz. So of all these picks that Donald Trump has thrown out there for the cabinet, I like a lot of them. I really do. But Matt Gaetz, as much as I think this would be amazing, he's going to have a hard time, I think, in the confirmation process.
Thought Pete Hegseth was going to have a hard time in getting Secretary of Defense.
Right. Also, National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard. So think about what Donald Trump has done here. He has brought in former Democrats. He's brought in women. He's brought in people of Hispanic heritage, all for the cabinet.
I thought this was the guy that didn't surround himself with smart women and was racist and was akin to Hitler. That just sure doesn't sound to me like all the crap that we've been fed by lamestream media.
Right. Hitler does not bring in Tulsi Gabbard. Hitler does not bring in a woman as his chief of staff. So ridiculous. But yeah, these nominations, man, they're coming fast. They're coming furious. I'm here for it. I love it. I love these picks. But I got to be honest, as a betting man, I think Matt Gaetz is going to have a hard time in that confirmation.
Well, let's see what John Thune can accomplish as replacing Mitch McConnell as Senate Majority Leader this time around because Trump and the Republicans have the Senate now.
He received 29 votes, and Cornyn got 24 on that second ballot.
Look, all three of those guys, Cornyn, Thune, and Rick Scott, they're all different guys in McConnell, and they all pretty much said we are going to have a different leadership style than Cocaine Mitch.
But I would prefer not to have the guy that in the past basically says Trump
right.
sucks.
You're right. Trump criticized, Thune from South Dakota, Senator out of South Dakota, criticized Donald Trump in 2020 after the election. I think Trump, if I recall, tried to get Thune primaried, and then Thune endorsed. I don't think he endorsed Trump for the 24 primary. It was Tim Scott or somebody like that he endorsed. But I guess they smoothed things over. And it's like, now let's see some action.
Right.
Let's see what you can do. Fill the cabinet. Confirm judges. Pass Trump's agenda. That's your job.
And if you don't, then the powers that be that made Donald Trump win this thing in a landslide, that overcame 90% of the national media calling them a name, they will primary your ass. So let's see. It seems like Rick Scott got the fewest votes in the first secret ballot, which, by the way, secret ballots suck. I'm on the record of saying that. You can quote me on that. Secret balloting sucks. But Rick Scott got the fewest votes, so he was eliminated for the second vote. And all the Indiana senators went Thune, by the way. That includes newly incoming Senator Jim Banks. And you also had the Duke of Spendingburg voting for Thune.
That's a Rob Kendall nickname, if I'm not mistaken. I hadn't heard that for a while.
No, a little, what's it called? Easter egg to Rob there.
Sure.
Meanwhile, in the Oval Office, you had a meeting today.
I saw that.
Joe Biden, Donald Trump hanging out, being buddies today.
Well, a big smile on Biden's face.
That dude has been on cloud nine since Election Day. I've not seen the old man walk around like that and smile like that in years. Here's a little bit of the photo op between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. You'll hear Biden, then you'll hear Donald Trump.
Okay.
Well, Mr. President-elect and former President, thank you, Donald, congratulations. Thank you. And looking forward to having, like we said, a smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So good. Welcome back.
And, thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate very much a transition that's so smooth. It'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that.
You're welcome.
We'll try not to spy on your transition team this time, okay? That was the other guy that did that. I had nothing to do with it.
But, man, you're right. Biden just had a grin on his face. He was happy to be there. Now, we tried to get Joe Biden or Donald Trump to call into this program to tell us a little bit more.
Oh, yeah?
But they did not return our messages. But I got the next best thing. Joining us now on the hotline to recap what happened at the White House earlier today, it's AI Joe Biden.
Hey, Hammer and Kenny, thanks for taking my call. The meeting with Donald, Donald Duck was great. He changed my diaper and spoon-fed me applesauce.
Good.
And then we spent the day watching Kamala's husband make out with random nannies. Old Doug M. Huff really was giving those nannies the tongue. The kids call it a 5-second Frencher.
Oh.
And then he said he needed to see Dr. Jill in his office for about 35 minutes. The weird thing is he does not have an office, and she wasn't wearing pants. Well, I've got some kids to go sniff. AI Biden out.
Weird. And it was odd that she wasn't wearing pants.
And he doesn't have an office, which is, part of the problem. In what may be one of the dumbest self-help videos ever made, if you ever wanted to know how to survive falling off of a skyscraper.
Somebody made a self-help video?
Yes.
On that?
They made a self-help video. They asked AI.
Yeah?
They received a lot of information.
Okay. How do I survive?
If you fall off a skyscraper, there are a few things you can do to increase your chances of survival. First, relax your body by moving your arms and legs to keep them loose.
Oh, yeah,
then
that'll do it.
aim to land on something that can break your fall, like a tree, instead of the concrete.
Sure.
If possible, position yourself to land on your feet to distribute the shock through your legs. But try to roll upon impact to reduce injury.
Now, mind you, that's not a Hammer and Nigel skit.
No, that was real.
That's real. That's something that's out there.
Maybe landing on your feet if you're like 2 stories up and you try to do that barrel roll might work. You'd probably still shatter both your femurs. But a 1,000-foot skyscraper, you're just supposed to go limp and aim for a tree to break your fall. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I mean, at that point, why not, though, right?
Well,
what do you got to lose? I mean, the odds are stacked against you. And if I can get just a little bit more of a percentage of being okay, maybe you take that. I don't know. It was just, last week or the week before, all the Swifties were in town, the Taylor Swift fans.
3 days in a row.
Now they're coming after Zach Bryan. Do you know who Zach Bryan is?
He's a country music artist, I believe.
Right. They're saying that a few of his songs sound suspiciously like Taylor Swift's song. Okay, so here's Zach's song, Pink Skies, and then Taylor Swift's song, Betty.
Oh, I know Betty.
See if you think these songs sound similar.
So this is Zach Bryan.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is Taylor Swift.
That sounds exactly alike. Yeah, and I know that song. They play Betty all the time, my wife and my daughter. That's identical.
How many famous Bettys can you name?
Betty White, Betty Ford.
Betty Rubble.
I'm done.
Bet he doesn't know any more of them. Matt Bear standing by with a look at the roads.
All right, all right, no, that's not going to work. Looking at eastbound 465 stop and go Westfield Boulevard over to Allisonville Road. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic MLK to Meridian Penn. Southbound 465 slow on the west side from Rockville Road down to Sam Jones Expressway. That is a construction zone. And then looking at southbound 69 to 82nd Street, we have a stall in that work zone. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Betty Crocker. How did we forget Betty Crocker?
Wow.
Betty Boop. Betty Grable. I only know Betty Grable from the song Vogue with Madonna, but folks older than I would know Betty Grable. Who am I forgetting? Famous Betty. Betty Lou. Betty Lou's getting out tonight. Betty Davis Eyes. Let's go.
You're killing it over there.
Keep bringing us all your famous Bettys on the YouTube chat, on Twitter, on Facebook at Hammer and Nigel. And while you're at the YouTube, give us a like. We need about, 60 more thumbs up to get us to 100. So do us a solid. Hit that like button. Help Nigel and I out.
Come on now.
And everybody will be better off. We're going to play Is This Anything coming up next. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Be here before we know it. Maybe you've already started shopping for someone on your list. AAA Hoosier Motor Club inviting you to join them, help make sure some local kids in need get gifts through the Toys for Tots program. AAA giving you the chance to send a holiday message of hope to Central Indy's less fortunate kids.
And as a thank you for donating to Toys for Tots, current AAA members will receive 25% off any merchandise in the travel store or adding someone to your AAA membership featuring their fabulous 24/7, 365 days a year roadside assistance for just $25. And non-members who donate will have the opportunity for early access to a special holiday offer, a classic AAA membership for just $50. Help local children in need this holiday season and secure your peace of mind with a AAA membership. Donate to Toys for Tots at AAA. Visit AAA.com or find the AAA store near you.
We know that around the holidays, things don't always go as planned. That's why Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles, the best warranty around. So make memories this season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop drivehubler.com or any of our 12 locations. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and includes a 128-point vehicle inspection, plus a free Carfax history report. Choose from over 2,000 Chevys, Fords, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes and models. Certified luxury, even the hard-to-find ones. No matter where your plans take you, spread cheer all season long, knowing Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 12 locations. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Bill Klontz Heating and Cooling. HVAC manager Chris Edwards says they're working hard for your business.
Our mission is to engineer an indoor comfort system that is unique to your home and personal preferences. Our highly trained technicians lead the way in customer satisfaction. Bill Klontz Heating and Cooling puts quality as the top priority.
BillKlontz.com, CLONTZ, or 317-539-4916. Bill Klontz is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Get ready. The brand new Fishers Event Center is opening the doors on November 22nd, and you won't want to miss it. From electrifying concerts to pulse-pounding sports events dazzling theatrical performances to unforgettable family fun days, Fisher's Event Center is the ultra-modern entertainment arena that offers something special for everyone. Unforgettable experiences begin November 22nd. For a complete list of upcoming events, tickets, and more details, go to fisherseventcenter.com.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
You need better water. You just can't find anybody better than the pros at C&J. Great systems, great people too. Call C&J at 317-733-SOFT.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer in Indianapolis.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Do it.
Big Nige, is this anything? Former NFL star with the Giants and now television host Michael Strahan.
Super Bowl winner.
That's right. He got upset with a Daily Mail reporter when he was confronted outside of his house. The reporter approached Strahan and asked if he wanted to comment about not placing his hand over his heart during the national anthem on Sunday.
What?
Cameras picked up Strahan, didn't have his hand over his heart. So here is Michael Strahan responding to this reporter, and you can hear he bats the reporter's phone away.
Don't come to my house.
Do you have any comment? What?
Come to my house.
Oh, yeah, that's something. I mean, like if you're on his property and you're putting a camera in his face, I think you got every right to swipe it out of his hands, smack it out of his hands. I don't have any problem with it. And by the way, the whole hand over the heart thing, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I definitely take off my hat if I'm wearing a hat.
But you're standing up, though.
I'm standing up.
You're not pulling a Mellencamp and just sitting down, scratching yourself.
No.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, I don't, whatever. This guy will probably sue him for $1 million. But I think anything goes when you're on the property.
Right. Depends on where you're at. Like, if it's a public place and you're a public figure, these reporters do have a right to record and ask questions. But if you bum rush the dude at his house, like, I'm sure some lawyer may disagree, but if you come up on my house and you try to get smart with me, there's going to be some Beech Grove justice.
Yes, I love a little Beech Grove justice. But I guess he stood with his hands folded in front of him next to his Fox Sports co-host because he's an analyst.
Stood, right?
Yeah, but they stood. Yeah, they're at a naval base in San Diego.
I'm fine with that.
And then he posted a picture of his dad on social media, who was an Army major and paid tribute to all veterans on social media. So, again, I'm standing for the national anthem. Sometimes it's on the heart. Sometimes it's, with my hands folded in front. Sometimes I'm, my hands in the back.
Right. But your intention is still, respecting of the country. I get it. But this brings us to great moments in athletes versus reporters history. So Mike Tyson's going to be fighting Jake Paul this Friday, right? Okay. That's the big Netflix extravaganza. Let's go back to when Mike Tyson was doing a live television interview for a local station in New York.
You take into the ring a lot of rage. Does that work for you, or does it work against you at times?
Who cares? We're in a fight anyway. What does it matter?
Well, for example, rage against Evander Holyfield worked against you.
Well, it. It's a fight, so whatever happens, happens.
Mike, why do you have to talk like that?
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
You know what? I think we'll end the discussion right now.
Then we could.
You got it. Have a nice fight, Mike.
Off.
Nice parting shot there from Mike Tyson versus the television reporter.
Great moments in athletes versus reporters history. Remember when Ed Sorensen was the sports guy at Channel 6?
Yeah.
he tried to act like he knows basketball more so than one Robert Montgomery Knight.
No.
Home court that big of a deal? Have you guys gotten worse? Or they gotten better?
If it amazes you, then you don't know anything about basketball. You're illuminating your relative lack of knowledge of the game with a statement like that.
Coach, but 51 points. You beat Northwestern here by 51 points. That doesn't amaze you?
Well, let me ask you something. Let's just start all this fucking shit again. Now, I'm not here to argue the thing with you. I'm not going to fucking debate things with you goddamn people from television. You know, you want a fucking answer from me, you get the answer. You don't like the fucking answer, then don't use the fucking program, okay? But I'm not here to debate this bullshit with you people. Okay. I don't think you're quite capable of debating basketball.
Great moments in athletes versus reporters history.
It sounded like Ed Sorensen was being complimentary of him.
No, I got the vibe of Ed was like, what do you mean home court, doesn't matter that much? And Bob Knight was like, teams make adjustments.
Oh, man.
That's like a 3-minute clip. I edited down to like 30 seconds.
I got to tell you, that may have been the first time I've heard that before. That's awesome. I didn't know there was one out there with him and Ed.
Yeah, that's like a 3-minute clip. You can find it on YouTube if you really want to go down a rabbit hole.
Remember when they put Indianapolis Monthly put Ed Sorensen on the cover, but they dressed him up like Letterman because he kind of looked like Dave? He had the style hair and the cigar sticking out of his mouth, but it was Ed Sorensen.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
I remember Dave being on the cover, but not Ed being Dave.
Look that up.
Wonder if Boggs has a copy of that laying around somewhere. Yeah. Is this anything? Actress Drew Barrymore continues to invade the personal space of her guests on her show.
She's a weirdo.
Yesterday, she kind of got touchy-feely with Martha Stewart. They were talking about how she likes to be treated in a relationship, and then Drew began caressing Martha's arm.
Yeah.
Martha kind of let her know that, hey, this is a little bit uncomfortable.
What makes me soft and gooey? Soft and gooey.
Soft and gooey treatment.
Yes.
When you're treated like a lady.
Nice. It's nice.
Someone comes in and...
You're the wrong gender.
I know.
Oh, Martha Stewart, known homophobe. Oh, you're the wrong gender. Now, Drew Barrymore's a weirdo. Was it her? Wasn't it Drew Barrymore that had Kamala Harris on and started, we need, this nation needs a mom. Can you be our Kamala?
Yes.
Didn't she say Kamama, or something like
Mamala.
that? Yes, that was it. Mamala. Can you be our Mamala? Yeah, don't touch me, lady. Just ask me your stupid questions and get on with it.
Let's go around the horn here. Yes or no? And Corbin, I want you involved in this too.
Uh-oh.
Corbin's filling in for Allison. And be honest. Don't BS. Don't just say it for effect. Do you think Snoop Dogg had relations with Martha Stewart? Nigel.
I do. That was the rumor.
Corbin.
Yeah,
100%.
That makes us 3 for 3.
All right.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
$182,000.
What?
Yeah, $182,000. According to CBS News, the average American loses out on an average of $182,000 in Social Security income. And it's because they filed for their benefits, Rob, at the wrong time.
Learn how you could avoid this with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy.
We trust Bill to help with planning for our retirement, and you can too.
This free analysis could help you get the most income from Social Security while considering the impact on your spousal benefits, taxes, IRAs, and 401k withdrawals, and Medicare premiums.
If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis by calling 317-932-9912.
Don't lose $182,000 in Social Security income that's rightfully yours.
Call 317-932-9912. That's 317-932-9912.
The people that you work with when you go into Diamonds Direct are amazing. They're not just about sales, right? They do care. They dive into your story, what you're celebrating. Like I was there last weekend with my son celebrating his soon-to-be 13th birthday. He's looking for a silver chain. Showed us a bunch of different options and stayed within our price range.
And the staff at Diamonds Direct, they are the best. They treat every single person like a rock star. Last time I went in, a couple weeks ago, Chris was the young lady that was helping us out. She takes the time, she gives you options, and she makes sure you get the biggest bang for your buck. And if it's not her, it's somebody else. Every time I go to Diamonds Direct, it's been an amazing experience. Like, the customer service is honestly why I keep going back. And that's in addition to the low prices and the perks, the free cleaning, the maintenance, the anniversary surprises. Sometimes they're on the house. Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. Stop by. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A wanted man was put in handcuffs. Cloudy at 54 degrees on the circle. It's looking like it's about to rain on radar. Plenty of it is on the way from the west. 52 is about where your low is going to fall tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:31. Police say they brought Roderick Bundell into custody Wednesday morning after the man's girlfriend told them he was outside of the Johnson County government annex.
This person would not comply to anything, and he was texting with her back and forth as she was in the courthouse or the annex. Hey, they're not going to get me out of this vehicle. They're going to have to take some type of action. We used tear gas, and then he was arrested without incident.
Johnson County Sheriff Dwayne Burgess, because of this, Bonnell was charged with resisting law enforcement. President Joe Biden and President-elect Donald Trump met for 2 hours at the White House Tuesday. National Security Advisor says even with Biden leaving office soon, he's still going to be loyal to Ukraine.
President Biden reinforced his view that the United States standing with Ukraine on an ongoing basis is in our national security interest.
Meanwhile, Trump continues to fill out his cabinet. He recently nominated Matt Gaetz as Attorney General and named Tulsi Gabbard as the Director of National Intelligence. And Republicans have elected new Senate leadership. Fox's Ryan Schmelz reports.
John Thune will be the first new GOP Senate leader since 2007 after being elected by his colleagues on a secret ballot, the South Dakota senator vowing to work with President-elect Trump and House Republicans.
We will make sure that the president and his team have the tools and the support that they need to enforce border security laws and to remove the violent criminals who are wreaking havoc in every one of our states.
Thune is now in place to become majority leader next Congress and replace Mitch McConnell. He currently serves as the Senate GOP's number 2, which will be taken over by Wyoming's John Barrasso. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Joe Flacco was supposed to start for the Colts this weekend, but the teams decided to go back with Anthony Richardson as their starting quarterback moving forward. Colts wide receiver Josh Downs is cool with the decision.
I trust the coach's decision, so, they felt that it was best, and I know he's been working. And I know he's had his head down and he's had a good attitude about this whole thing. So, I'm excited for him to get back out there this week.
Richardson will get his chance against the New York Jets this Sunday. And at the closing bell, the Dow was up by 47 points to 43,958. The NASDAQ down by 50 to 19,230. And the S&P 500 up by a single point, closing the day at 5,985. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:34.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple, like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Discover cancer care that empowers you at Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center. Our multidisciplinary care team will guide you every step along the way.
It was very overwhelming at first, but I found this whole community of people who are understanding and just very supportive. So I have a lot of thankfulness and gratefulness for who I am through this and after this.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
With traffic at 435, what's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison inbound 65 is stop and go from the White River Bridge to Meridian Penn. That is a 9-minute delay. West side southbound 465 stop and go traffic. Rockville Road to Sam Jones Expressway construction zone there until early Monday morning. Eastbound 465 slow from Westfield Boulevard to the White River. Inbound 70 slows after rural to the north split. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better. Coming to any of their locations and make the salesperson prove the superiority of the Royal Spa product. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday night, we're looking at periods of rain throughout the evening hours. About 100% chance of that rain in your neighborhood, with rainfall totaling maybe all the way up to an inch of rain by the end of the evening hours. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renard Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Nigel. Hammer's over there. This story about Planet Fitness, this Planet Fitness at Greenwood, is very sad, very disturbing, and I really don't know what to make of it. Planet Fitness is a gym, it's a workout facility, right?
National company.
So there was a 39-year-old man found dead in one of their tanning booths.
This was down in Greenwood, I believe.
But he was there for 3 days, dead, before people started noticing an odor. I was watching coverage of this today and yesterday. Very disturbing. Again, very sad, but how do you let a guy go for 3 days laying in your tanning bed dead?
Right. They only noticed it because there was an odor coming out. Like, are they not cleaning these things? That's pretty gross if you're not. And then here's the other thing. Like, there are so many layers of questioning here, right? And I didn't even realize this until I spoke to a friend of mine who's a police officer. The guy had an ankle monitor. And now he was missing.
He's on house arrest. Yeah.
He was missing for 3 days. So what does that tell you about the ankle monitor process? Again, there's that word here in Marion County. Nobody knew where this guy was for 3 days, but he had an ankle monitor. Who's monitoring this stuff? What if he was some psychotic killer going around just, murdering people left and right? Could they not have found this guy? Who is supposed to be at the helm of keeping track of where these people go? He was off the grid for 3 days at a tanning bed, dead, and nobody knew where he was.
But okay, yeah, that's really that's the real question. If he did indeed have an ankle monitor, I know he was on house arrest. I think his family said he did have a history of drug abuse. Yeah, you do that after every custom. I didn't even know they had tanning beds anymore. Is that a thing?
It's still a thing.
It is?
You think Matt Bear's tan comes naturally, Nige?
I don't.
If you ever see Matt Bear missing for 3 days, check Planet Fitness.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, so many questions here. Yeah. Are they not cleaning the beds? Shame on the employees. And what are we supposed to do with somebody going missing for 3 days wearing an ankle monitor? What if he were really up to no good? Will we not be able to find this guy? Yeah. Who's supposed to be watching that?
But the odor is the worst. They kept on mentioning the odor in the news story that I saw on Wish.
And I'm sure gyms get pretty stinky from time to time anyway.
Yeah.
But this was next level. Like when you're talking about 3-day-old corpse smell, that's a problem here. Multiple questions around the board.
And then in those tanning bed, I mean, I've been tanning before. It's been like since the late 90s, early 2000s. But there's several tanning beds and several in a small area that are obviously they're enclosed. They're in separate rooms, but it gets hot and musty and sweaty in there. So wouldn't you be creeped out if you knew that you used the tanning bed that was next to the dead guy?
I wouldn't be creeped out by that. I'd be creeped out by going, okay, clearly they don't clean these things or they don't check because they let a dead guy sit here for about 3 days. So what kind of crap am I laying in? Like if you went and did some tanning at that facility, like scrub yourself, find the hottest water imaginable and scrub yourself, because it sounds like they're not checking those tanning beds or cleaning those tanning beds.
And it is a sad story. Here's a statement from Planet Fitness. We were deeply saddened by the passing of one of our members, and the franchise owner is working with local authorities in their investigation. At Planet Fitness, we have a robust operational brand protocol in place as the safety and well-being of our members is top priority. We are working closely with our local franchisee to ensure they're upholding those brand protocols. Do you work out at a fitness?
I've got a membership at a Planet Fitness.
And do they have tanning beds?
They do. And like massage stuff. And
really?
Everybody's going to get mad at me. Oh, Planet Fitness, they have, dudes changing in the girls' locker room. Look, it's the closest gym to my house. They went through a big controversy with that. It is what it is. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet, right? But they make it so you have to clean your machine if you're working out there when you're done.
Yeah,
you go buy that little squirt bottle, you spray it on whatever you're doing, clean it down. So it sounds like the patrons are doing more than the staff, at least at this one in Greenwood. So, man.
How much is never occurred to you to go tanning?
No. Do I look like it's occurred to me to go tanning, Nige?
I mean, come on, if it's there, if it's a service that's available, it's your...
Nah. I get my big fat butt and do some cardio, and then...
go get burnt down in Florida twice a year.
Get burnt down in Florida, and that's...
okay.
That's good for me, man. That's good for me. Man, this is a bummer. So Dave Coulier, comedian, probably best known as Uncle Joey on Full House, revealed that he's been diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He went on the Today Show this morning, said he's been diagnosed with stage 3 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And,
cancer sucks, man.
It does. It does, man. It really, really sucks. And unfortunately, it's one of those things where no matter how much money you throw at it and you try your damnedest to fight it and beat it, it's just a mother. It really is. I hope one day they find a cure. Joe Biden promised us the cure, never really got there. But,
that's right. You elect me president, we'll cure cancer. That never happened.
No.
Did you know James Vanderbeek has cancer?
Dawson?
Yeah.
Mox from the West Canaan Coyotes and Varsity Blues?
I believe he just revealed it a couple of days ago.
That sucks.
Let's see. Yeah, cancer, and they're not saying what kind. Maybe I think it might be colon rectal cancer.
Oh.
Cancer.
Man, it sucks.
People.
It's the one thing that everybody can relate to, right? Because everybody knows somebody, whether it's a family member, friend, that has battled cancer. And sometimes you win a little bit. Sometimes you go in remission. Sometimes you go in remission and then it comes back.
My barber, Mike, there at the Boone Village Barber Shop, owned that place for years. He sold it, but he still worked there. I was sitting in his chair 2 weeks ago. I said, Mike, how you doing? He said, man, just got diagnosed with some lung cancer, but I'm going to go through chemo, and I'll still be taking clients. I'll still be working. I'm like, all right, take it easy. And he's in his mid to late 60s. And
man,
next thing you know, I just got the word a couple of days ago that something went wrong during chemo, and he passed.
Oh, no.
So... shout out to Mike Neal and his family, his wife, and his wife actually texted me through his account, through his phone number. I'm like, whoa, Mike's texting me, but it was his wife letting me know he was talking. But my heart's thoughts and prayers go out to Mike and his family and his coworkers.
And listen, early detection is where it's at. You are not too old or too young to go get yourself checked out. And we're doing this big event on Saturday, November 23rd, with Franciscan Health, the Movember event. You and I are going to be there, Nigel, along with some of our colleagues over at 107.5 The Fan. And it's at the Gugman House. Gugman House. We're going to have some beers. There's going to be a lot of prizes. But here's the best part. They're screening for a lot of stuff, and it's free. They'll screen you for a couple different types of cancers. You can ask a doctor. You can ask a nurse. You can ask any one of these health experts. All you got to do is stop by. Like, how often do you get a free opportunity to do this? So go to the events page at WIBC.com.
Please.
Nigel and I are going to be there at noon. And then, again, I think Kevin Bowen's going to be there.
JMV.
Jake Query, all of our friends from 107.5 The Fan. So take advantage of this because healthcare is expensive. And this is a free opportunity for you to talk to experts and get screened out. Happier news here. How about this, Nigel? You need a reason to drink tonight?
Sure.
Happy 45th birthday to one Meta World Peace.
Oh, Ron.
Also known as Ron Artest.
Yes. Loved him,
45 years old today.
I knew he kind of screwed up the season, the Indiana Pacers, by going up into the stands, the malice at the palace, as they call it.
Yes. And the Pacers were the best team in the league that year.
Easily.
That was the best chance for the Pacers to win an NBA championship. And, man, the brawl happened. And our pal, Scott Pollard, I love this clip. Anytime we talk to Scott, we get his recollections of the brawl. Because even though he was on the injured list, he was there courtside, right?
Yeah.
He was watching it all unfold. He told us a great story about after the brawls happened, where Ron Artest and Steven Jackson have ran in the stands and they may or may not be punching the wrong guy and hell's breaking loose. This is what happened in the locker room afterwards.
The best quote. We finally all get wrangled into the locker room and we're all sitting there and kind of digesting what happened. And Ron looks up at everybody and just goes, "Y'all think we're going to get fined for this?" Yeah, Ron. I think there might be some fines.
That was kind of like Ron Artest. I feel like he had sort of a gentle innocence about him, sort of a naivete, if you will, that he was just kind of clueless about certain things.
You went into the stands and punched the wrong guy. Yeah, there might be some fines, Ron. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Okay, close your mouth and take a deep breath in through your nose. So the way it's supposed to be is that you should be able to breathe easily. You shouldn't feel constrained. What it should feel like is air briskly flowing freely through both nasal passages, day and night. And if not, there's a problem. And it's a don't know what your problem really was until you got it fixed kind of problem. You're living with it. I mean, you're tired a lot. It might give you headaches and sinus pressure, but you're living with it. Yeah, you sound like almost every patient we help until we get their problem fixed. And then you hear them saying, "Why would I put up with that?" Advent will get you breathing freely again with simple in-office solutions like turbinate reduction along with balloon sinuplasty that really can change your life.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Here is Jiffy Lube of Indiana's COO, Lonnie Hinkle.
Lots of Hoosiers belong to unlimited car wash programs because they want their car to look great. At Jiffy Lube, we're here to help you make sure your car runs great. So to help take care of your car inside and out, Jiffy Lube is offering everyone who belongs to a monthly car wash program a $20 discount and a free tire rotation from now through the end of the year. Just point out your car wash sticker and we'll do the rest. My Jiffy Lube teams are maintenance experts. Our computer system provides all of the manufacturer's maintenance recommendations for every make and model of vehicle, so we know exactly what every car needs to operate at its best. Jiffy Lube is your trusted one-stop shop for all that your car needs to run well for many years. You never need an appointment, and we now offer brakes, tires, tune-ups, and minor repairs at most stores. So stop in on your way to the car wash, save $20, plus get a free tire rotation just for belonging to a monthly car wash program.
Jiffy Lube. Nobody does it better.
At Shane Company, we want you to be the holiday hero. We have so many ways to create unique, fine jewelry gifts. Give a ring or necklace with their favorite gemstone like amethyst or peachy morganite, one to match their eyes, or even pick out their favorite team colors. Customize our North Star charm with the gemstone of your choice for a reminder to follow their own path. Or create a personalized piece with zodiac, birthstone, and diamond letter charms. Visit us in store and shop online at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
A true partner in your health dedicates time to understanding your needs. At CenterWell Senior Primary Care, doctors make one-on-one time with you a priority, so you can get all your questions answered and feel more confident in your health care. See how it feels to have a team of senior care experts working together to help you feel your best. Centerwell, it's about time. Schedule a tour today at meetcenterwell.com. That's meetcenterwell.com.
Having health insurance is important. So, if you or anyone in your family has Medicaid or CHIP, listen up. Check your mail for a renewal form from your state. Complete the form and mail it back right away so you don't lose your coverage. If you do lose Medicaid or CHIP, visit healthcare.gov to see if you're eligible to enroll in a low-cost, quality health plan. Keep your family covered. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Are these uncertain times making you nervous? Give Family Heating and Air a call, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better. Come into any of our locations and make the salesperson prove the superiority of the Royal Spa product.
Royal Spa.
Okay, Matt Bear, it's 4:51. It's getting pitch dark, and that stinks. How are the roads?
Outbound Fallen Creek is backed up from 30th Street to Meridian Penn and a little bit beyond. That's because of a crash that's chewing us up right now. Northbound 465, northwest side stop and go 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 65, grinding from the White River to Meridian Penn. That is a delay of 15 minutes. Eastbound 70, stop and go Tibbs Avenue to the south, split for an 8-minute delay. And westbound 70 dragging down the south split out to Harding Street. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better hot tubs. 24-hour water filtration, purification, and aeration means better water quality. Natural minerals and Epsom salts means better relaxation. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Yeah, I know. I know the time changes every year, and I complain about it every year, but just humor me here. The fact that it's dark at 4:50 stinks.
Boo.
Hate this. 53 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Could get some heavy rain coming up here in just a little bit. Nigel, check out this. A guy was arrested after he intentionally staged a car crash.
Ooh, you got to be careful with these guys.
Part of an insurance scam, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, the victim had a dashboard cam that proved it was totally intentional. Check out the person getting into the crash and then her updating everyone on the police investigation.
Oh, my God.
What happened, babe?
Oh, my God, what is he doing? Babe.
Babe, what happened?
I got into an accident. Oh, my God. This guy just reversed into me. What the hell is going on?
Reversed into you?
Yeah. I just got off the phone with the police, and they let me know that they made one arrest, which is amazing progress. And honestly, it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And the NYPD is working really hard on this investigation.
Yeah, man, I've heard of criminals doing this before, but not for insurance scams. For, like, carjacking purposes or robbing purposes or kidnapping and doing awful things purposes. Oh, I'm sorry, I backed into you. Let's get out of our car. And the next thing you know, you're in some location tied up.
You're in a vulnerable spot.
Oh, my gosh.
You're out of your vehicle.
If you're a woman, just stay in your car. Call the police if that ever happens. I mean, who's going to... If you're on a one-way street or on a road and some guy starts backing up into you, what do you think he's doing?
Right.
Like if you're on, let's just say you're on Illinois trying to get out of here going home and somebody just backs up into you.
Although if it's Indy though, man, I got to be honest. You can't rule anything out. It could be a dumbass, could be somebody on drugs. So I get it, but I can almost hear Guy Relford yelling at the radio.
Yes.
This is why we carry. This is why we have constitutional carry.
Absolutely.
Ladies, get trained, get your firearm, and please, if you're going to have a situation like this, don't get out of your car. You know, unless you call somebody and you're safe. All right, coming up next, these Donald Trump picks for his cabinet. Liberal tears are flowing like wine, and one name has really got people fired up. We're going to talk about that. Plus, Don Lemon may be leaving Twitter.
No.
We'll laugh at him next.
Earn, save, grow. It's time your money works harder and goes further with a Stockyards Bank and Trust CD. For a limited time, earn 5.15 annual percentage yield with our 5-month CD special. Proudly serving our communities since 1904. Visit any of our 5 Indianapolis area locations or syb.com/IndyCD today and experience the Stockyards Bank difference. 10,000 minimum balance required. Limited time offer. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hammer and Nigel show, along with our friends from 107.5 The Fan, have teamed up with Franciscan Health, putting on a one-stop shop for all things men's health at the Googman House Brewing Company. This happening Saturday, November 23rd. Think about this, okay? Why spend time making multiple appointments, worrying about insurance coverages, sitting in doctor's offices, when you could come join us and knock out your free health screenings and have a few beers while you're at it?
Seriously, mark your calendar. Saturday, November 23rd, we are going to be live at the Googman House Brewing Company for the Movember party with Franciscan Health. And the best part about this is there are so many free things that you can take advantage of. Cancer screens, ask a nurse, ask a doctor, ask an expert. Get all of this done for free. All you have to do is show up, hang out with us, and have a few beers. Prize giveaways. Some of our teammates from 107.5 The Fan will be there too. Nigel and I are going to be there starting at noon. But we hope to see you there Saturday, November 23rd, Googman House Brewing Company for Movember with Franciscan Health.
What does the joy of Christmas mean to you? A gift? Time with family? Decorations and traditions? At Shepherd Community, the joy of Christmas is learning to read, feeling safe and loved, finding a stable job, and having a community that cares. Shepherd gives its neighbors gifts of joy and hope for a brighter future. You can give the joy of Christmas to neighbors living in poverty, not just at the holidays, but all year long. Visit caringatchristmas.org/give. That's caringatchristmas.org/give.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. For the last 97 years, we've offered Central Indiana the best mattresses at the best price with free delivery and interest-free financing. Now through Monday, save up to $800 on Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Nectar mattresses, plus queen mattresses start at $399. The Back to Sleep sale is going on now through Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Joyner Homes has been building truly custom homes in Central Indiana for 18 years. They can build anywhere that you can bring a builder or on your own private lot. They make it easy to build your dream home with an in-house team of architecture and design specialists. First step, visit joynerhomes.com. Check out floor plans, pricing, locations. You can even start from scratch. The design studio is where you pick out all the fun stuff, all the coolest stuff in one spot. And they're with you every step to ensure you stay on budget. That's joynerhomes.com.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Your local news coming up in 2 minutes after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
He's been investigated by the Justice Department. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Now he could end up leading that department. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, picked by President-elect Trump to be U.S. Attorney General. Last year, federal prosecutors decided not to bring charges after a sex trafficking probe of Gaetz. Tennessee Republican Senator Bill Hagerty just telling Fox News.
If you look at what's happened with the DOJ, it's in desperate need of reform.
He accuses current Attorney General Merrick Garland of serving the Biden administration's political goals and says it's the incoming president's priority who to nominate.
My goal is to make certain that we heed the mandate that was voted on last week. The American public need to see significant change.
But some lawmakers already raising doubts about Gaetz being able to win Senate confirmation. He's the third House member chosen for the new administration, pulling from what may be another slim Republican majority.
They have to be very, very careful there about plucking these House members out, because if they're going to have a majority and they have, say, 3 people out, just say for the sake of argument, they're at 223, that gets you to 220. Well, on any given day, there are 5 to 10 people out of the House of Representatives. It is very hard to get 435 people in the same room at the same time, and that's where that could be a problem, passing things through the House of Representatives.
Fox's Chad Pergam on the Hill also noting replacing a House member requires a special election. They can't be appointed. So far, Republicans have 217 seats, one shy of the majority, with some races not yet called. The president-elect also nominating Florida Senator Marco Rubio as Secretary of State and former Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence. This after returning to the White House for a nearly 2-hour Oval Office meeting with President Biden.
The length of the meeting tells you that they had an in-depth conversation on an array of issues.
White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre echoing President Biden's emphasis on a smooth transition. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Now they brought him in. Cloudy, 53 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your radar shows some rain just west of Indianapolis. If you're not already getting some, you're going to soon. 52 is your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Police say they arrested a man from Indianapolis who was wanted in multiple counties, but he did not surrender so easily. Sasha Nixon reports.
Johnson County Sheriff's officers and Franklin Police brought Roderick Bunnell into custody Wednesday morning. As for how they found him,
his girlfriend had court, and she had explained she was having issues with him. She gave us that information that he was wanted. We went to go out and address that problem.
That's Johnson County Sheriff Dwayne Burgess. He says the man was sitting in a car and initially refused to get out of it, so officers managed to deploy tear gas, and Bunnell was arrested. Sasha Nixon, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Lucas Oils moved their headquarters back to Indiana.
As a company, we've been ingrained in this community for a long time. Our name has proudly been on the stadium for a long time. We believe in the Indianapolis market. We believe in Hoosiers. And my parents, my family are all from here in the state.
CEO Morgan Lucas talking about their new offices at the Keystone at the Crossing. And at some point in Indiana here soon, you're going to see some snow and ice.
Which is why forecasters like Randy Bowers with the National Weather Service are referring to this week as Winter Weather Preparedness Week. I'm John Herrick. Bowers says when temperatures go down, don't let your guard down.
Maybe one of the most significant things to think about are to make sure the pipes are insulated, and if we get into a super cold situation, to maybe potentially even let the water drip so that the pipes don't freeze. Those are kind of some of the basics as far as winterizing homes.
He also advises you to clean your gutters and check both your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors to make sure those are working. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indianapolis Colts head coach Shane Steichen's explaining why he's going back to Anthony Richardson as his starting quarterback.
I never thought that he would never, I never thought that he would never not play again. You know what I mean? So when I made the decision 2 weeks ago, that was why I made the decision. Hey, Anthony, these are the areas that we need to work on and see growth and improvement, and he's made great strides in those areas.
Steichen also said today that Joe Flacco's poor play under center had nothing to do with the decision, and that Flacco also took the news well. The Real Pros Pro. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
It's starting to be fall in Indiana, the perfect time to tackle home projects you've been putting off before winter arrives. With Moss Roofing by your side, you don't have to do it alone. They're ready to assist with your roofing and siding needs, ensuring your home is safe and ready for the holidays. Let Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com, give your home a serious glow up with premium James Hardy siding, tough enough to face Indiana's wild weather and stylish enough to turn heads on your block. And the best part, their free inspections come with a 3D design preview so you could see your home's stunning makeover before the work begins. Contact Moss Roofing for a job done right every single time at Moss Roofing, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com, or call 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 317-747-3665. That's 747-3665. Or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com. And don't forget, tell them Tony Katz sent you.
With traffic on the 5s at 5:05, here's Matt Bear.
All right, Harrison outbound, Fallen Creek Parkway crash at 30th, and then southbound 465 on the west side, slow through the construction, Rockville Road down to Sam Jones. That construction should be done early Monday morning. Inbound 65, stop and go for the White River to Meridian Penn. That is a 13-minute delay. Northbound 65, slow out of the north split up to West Street. Westbound 70 from the south split, stop and go traffic out to Belmont. Eastbound 70, slow roll from Belmont into the south split. And then looking at the east side, northbound 465, slow traffic 70 up to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday night, we're looking at periods of rain throughout the evening hours. About 100% chance of that rain in your neighborhood, with rainfall totaling maybe all the way up to an inch of rain by the end of the evening hours. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renard Sudas for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters?
All right, you got the cabinet list there in front of you, big guy.
Boy, there's a lot of names here. They're coming fast and furious.
But it's
Nige.
like, if you live in this bubble, if you halfway pay attention to politics, this is actually the first time I've ever been interested in a president's pick for cabinet appointments. Or, honestly, it really is, because just of the names that have been thrown out there.
So,
who's the biggest political name?
I mean, the biggest political name, if you're talking just name
like
power.
Of appointments.
The biggest name is Tulsi Gabbard, but the biggest appointment, I think, is Pete Hegseth to lead the Department of Defense. Pete Hegseth, you know.
Rubio, Secretary of State?
Yeah. And today, Matt Gaetz has been nominated to be the Attorney General.
Florida House member.
He's a flamethrower. And we mentioned earlier in the show, of all these positions that have been, named by Donald Trump, one, they're just nominations, so keep that in mind. But I like most of these. I really do. We'll get to the Senate here in just a moment because I got problems with the Senate. But of all these people, I think the biggest problem they're going to run into is Matt Gaetz for Attorney General, just because there are going to be so many establishment Republicans that feel loyalty to Kevin McCarthy. They're going to vote against him.
Oh, yeah. Gaetz was the leader on the whole McCarthy removal.
Right.
The ousting.
So that's the one area where...
So what is Trump doing? Is this him throwing Gaetz a bone and saying, yeah, good luck, kid?
Yeah, I mean, if you're Trump, though, it's a win-win, right? It's a win on one hand because, hey, best case scenario, I think if Matt Gaetz gets in there, he's going to burn this thing to the ground and go against corruption. I really think that's going to be the case. But on the other hand, if you're Trump, you're throwing your buddy a bone, somebody that's been loyal to you, and if he doesn't get confirmed, you can shrug your shoulders and go, hey, man, I tried. I did my best for you. If you're Trump, it's a win-win here. You've either got a bulldog as the Attorney General, or you look good to your buddy. You look loyal. And loyalty is a big thing for Trump. So, yeah, earlier today, Matt Gaetz, his name was out there as the Attorney General, and Tulsi Gabbard doing national intelligence. I love this pick. I love that Donald Trump is going with these, quote, mavericks to try to help right this ship. And to go back to something you said earlier, Nige, we're fascinated with these cabinet picks. We know who they are because the country has been so screwed up for the last 4 years. You want to talk about corruption? Look at what's going on with the Department of Justice, the CIA, the FBI, all that stuff. Anything Merrick Garland has had a sniff of, corrupt as hell.
I mean, the weaponization of the Department of Justice is just a bit unreal. Going after Donald Trump, at the time, the guy that was running for president against Joe Biden, going after him just with ridiculous charges. I saw that deranged prosecutor Jack Smith,
there it is,
with the documents, the illegal classified documents. He's going to resign before the inauguration. Don't know what's going to happen with the Stormy Daniels payoff stuff up in New York yet. That's been delayed.
But all this stuff dying, what does that tell you?
Obviously, it tells you that there was a mandate when Donald Trump was elected. As all the mainstream media, corporate media told you that it was, this is going to be close. There were razor thin margins here. It was a landslide. It was a red wave. It was the presidency. It was the Oval Office. It was the House. It was the Senate. And it was the popular vote.
State governors, legislatures.
That's why I don't really, at least now, have a problem with the new leader replacing McConnell. This Thune guy is now the Senate Majority Leader out of South Dakota. I mean, he's got a small period of time, and he's going to have to show us his support for Trump, what Trump wants, passing his agenda, filling his cabinet. And if he does, fine. If he doesn't, get him out of there.
He was previously the minority whip, with a hard whoop. And he beat out Rick Scott of Florida, who a lot of the hardcore Trump folks wanted to get that
That's
gig.
who Trump was closest to, sure.
Right. And John Cornyn. John Cornyn was the most establishment butt sniffer of this group, if you will. But just above him was Thune. So let's see what happens here. Thune has never been a huge, diehard Trump guy, but if he just does his job, if he whips up some votes and gets these things passed through for the Trump agenda, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be gravy. But if not, it's going to be interesting. Because we've said this before, Trump only has 2 years to get a lot of this stuff done. Because midterms are in 2 years. That's when you might lose the House. You might lose the Senate. So you've got a 2-year window to get this stuff done. Let's see if Thune will be the guy. Now, as for Pete Hegseth, again, it cracks me up how many people just say, well, that's the Fox News guy. That's the only place Donald Trump gets his news. That's why he picked Pete Hegseth. They kind of forget that he's got a pretty lengthy military resume. Pete Hegseth is a badass. And he's a guy that's going to go in there and get the United States out of ridiculous wars that we don't have any business being in.
And plus, everybody's talking about his age and stuff. Like Rumsfeld was in his 40s in his first stint with the DOD back when Ford was. It's just, I'm saying, like, he's going to surround himself with people that are advisors, that know the drill, that it takes a guy like Hegseth to lead. Can you be a man? Can you be a hard ass?
Right. And I think he's that guy.
Can you be like Lloyd Austin? Remember when like COVID was a thing and that guy was walking around? This guy was like the defense guy, and he's walking around with a stupid face shield on with 3 masks.
Right.
And that's the guy?
No.
That's leading our military? Come on.
That's not the guy. And Hegseth, I think he's going to have the respect of the people in that room. And if you're wondering why so many people on the left or butt-sniffing establishment Republicans are up in arms, because he's anti-swamp. He's anti-establishment, and he's anti-war, which may surprise people for somebody that's going to become the Secretary of Defense here. Take a listen to this. This is from a recent military podcast that he was on. Here's Pete Hegseth's thoughts on some of the conflict that the United States is involved in right now.
Trump threatened the international order, Council on Foreign Relation, Washington, D.C., Brookings Institute types. They were never told their wars were stupid or their generals were losers or that NATO didn't step up, that China would unleash a virus. So let's call it the China virus and hold them to account for it. All of those things were a calling out of an international order that was failing and is continuing to fail and now has a great advocate in the regime currently in the White House. And Ukraine, it's basically a fight Donald Trump by fighting Putin through Zelensky war. They finally found a war they just absolutely love.
Yeah, the United States does not need to be funding countries that love wars going on. And that's where Pete Hegseth is going to have to make some tough decisions. Nigel, I got some sad news for you.
Oh, no.
Are you sitting down?
Yes,
Do you have some tissues near you?
Okay.
Don Lemon has announced via a watermarked, printed off statement that he's no longer going to be posting on Twitter.
Whoa, I just gasped.
Don Lemon.
You just took my breath away.
Will be leaving Twitter.
What
and he
happened?
put out a ridiculous tweet, ironically, to announce it with this letterhead. He's got his own letterhead with a stupid watermark on it saying that it's become too toxic. There are new policies on Twitter that he doesn't like anymore. Like 2 or 3 paragraphs of a bunch of bull crap.
They're not censoring people anymore.
Exactly. So what we're going to do here at the Hammer and Nigel show is have an emotional farewell Sarah McLachlan-style tribute to Don Lemon on Twitter.
It's all behind us. Slavery was a long time ago. That's all really bullshit.
Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s.
Oh.
Boy.
Huh.
You get in trouble for that
The
one.
President of the United States is racist.
Okay.
You're a vegan. I am. What's that like?
Hey.
This is the man who today complained about immigrants who, quote, are from whole countries. Jesus.
President Trump tweeted this late on Friday night. He said, LeBron James was just interviewed by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon.
That's the
I've got a single tear going down to
emotional farewell for Don Lemon on Twitter. So dramatic, so over the top. The President of the United States. Sit down. Shut up. Matt Bear, what's going on with the roads?
Looking at southbound 465 over on the west side, stop and go traffic. Rockville Road to Sam Jones Expressway because of construction. Eastbound 70 slow to the south split from Holt Road. That's a 12-minute delay. Inbound 65 stop and go from the White River to Meridian Penn. 14 minutes on the way. Inbound 70 slows from rural through the north split up to 21st Street. And then on the east side, northbound 465 grinding from 70 up to Penn Pike. Southbound lanes are slow from 70 down to 74. And on the northwest side, southbound 465 stop and go 71st to I-65. Northbound lanes tight from 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by PeerTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. PeerTalk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, we've got 53 degrees at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Tony Kennett, the Tonus, will be joining us here in about 15 minutes. But coming up next, a spirited round of Are You Okay With This? That is coming up next.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-0395. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-0395. 800-285-0395. 800-285-0395.
Miss M's Home and Garden at Sundown Gardens fall sale is still on. 30 to 50% off all trees and shrubs in stock so you can finish up that landscaping for next year. If you're thinking about interior holiday decorating, they've got you covered. Stop and shop stunning displays filled with the best quality Christmas decor. Holiday open houses are coming too the weekend before Thanksgiving. That's Miss M's in Bargersville on State Road 135 south of Whiteland Road, MissM'sHomeandGarden.com, and Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill Road in Westfield, SundownGardens.com.
My husband Bob has Parkinson's and he needs more help now, and I need more support to help him. Thanks to Indiana Pathways for Aging, we're getting the support we need to help him right here at home, like with meal prep and basic personal care and even respite support for me.
Pathways provides Hoosier Medicaid members, age 60 and over, support for care their way, so they can live life their way. To learn more, eligible members call 87 Pathway 4 or visit in.gov/pathways.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Malia. We often get asked when is the best time to buy, and the answer is today, not tomorrow. With rising utility costs, rising product costs, and missed opportunity costs, which you could be saving with a high-efficiency system. Give us a call today to schedule your free in-depth estimate, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We've seen that sleep apnea bully stop breathing more than 100 times an hour. But this problem is solvable, and Advent has simple solutions that have been proven to be extremely effective.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Don't miss the Flying Toasters 20th anniversary celebration Saturday, November 16th at the Paramount Theater in Anderson with special guest 45 RPM. Tickets available at theflyingtoasters.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer in Indianapolis.
Are you really okay with this? Are you okay?
Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
Well, Hammer, the New York Post says there's a new trend of Gen Z and millennial moms bringing their babies to job interviews. Are you okay with this?
No. Keep your baby at home. Find a babysitter. So if this job that wants to pay you a salary, wants to give you benefits, if they can't count on you to find childcare, why would they hire you? Like, I get it. You sometimes, situations arise.
Yeah.
But to do it intentionally, like this is a trend, it's one thing if you're going to a job interview and you get there and you have to tell your boss, listen, my babysitter's house caught on fire.
Absolutely.
A Sicilian hitman shot her dead in the driveway. I've got no child care. I'm so sorry, but this is a one-time thing. But to do it to show some sort of point, no, not
if you're
at
doing
all.
it on purpose, then yes, you're exactly right. But if you are, if you get the back against the wall and your babysitter crapped out on you, you don't have a support system, those circumstances might be a little different.
Remember in the movie Mr. Mom, where Michael Keaton has to bring the kids to work that one day, and he's drying the baby's butt on like the hand dryer.
They got all the toilet paper everywhere.
Right. Sometimes situations arise where it has to be that way. But I think you call the boss ahead of time and you ask, or you reschedule. You don't just show up unannounced with a kid and say, yeah, this is who I am. I think it looks tacky. I think it looks bad. And it reminds me of that scene in, what's the Reese Witherspoon movie? Sweet Home Alabama, where she goes to the bar.
Look at you. You have a baby. In a bar.
You've got a baby in a bar. You've got a baby at a job interview. To me, it's the same thing.
Where were we? Where was our family? I think in Ohio. Yeah, when we went to Ohio, it's different rules in different states. Like in Florida, you can bring your baby to the bar. You can bring your kids and have them belly up with you. Same way in Ohio. There's a great brewery right next to Great Wolf Lodge in Kings Island called, I believe, Cartridge Brewing. And it was funny just going there. We sat at a table, but, I go to the bathroom by the bar. There's these dads there with their 10-year-old kids just sitting at the bar.
Let me ask you this. Let's say 23-year-old single Nige walks into that bar.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable trying to pick up floozies, getting loud and rowdy with your friends watching a ball game if somebody's kid's at the bar?
Probably not.
See, that sucks.
Yeah, probably not.
It's okay to have places where the kids can't go.
This guy may have chosen the wrong line of work. Someone in England posted a video of a Domino's driver freaking out because he's afraid of dogs. He dropped half of the person's order on the ground when their dog showed up at the door. Here's the audio.
Hello, buddy. Oh, dog, it's coming. Yeah, she's friendly, don't worry. Dog, it's that. No! Don't worry, she's friendly. I'm scared of that.
Are you okay with that?
I'm going to need some more information. Now, I admit I've not seen the video of this. Does the dog, attack the guy? Because you could have the owner saying, oh, he's friendly, you want.
I hate it when owners say that. They're barking viciously at you. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
He's foaming at the mouth.
Exactly. I hate it when dog owners say that to you.
But if he's just ringing the doorbell and hears a dog barking and freaks out and drops the food, that's a little soft in my book. But if the poor dude is opening up the door to deliver the pizza, and here comes Cujo running at him at about 50 miles per hour, he's foaming at the mouth and his eyes are red, I think that'd be grounds for dropping the order. So I'm going to need further review on this one.
It's official today. The National Toy Hall of Fame inducted 3 toys. The inductees were My Little Pony, Transformers, and a card game called Phase 10. Are you okay with this?
I have no idea what Phase 10 is. Should I? Is this a popular
it's like a
thing?
gin rummy style.
Corbin's nodding his head. Corbin, jump on here.
You know what Phase 10 is?
Yeah, you got to get runs, sets.
So it's kind of like a rummy style.
Yeah, all the same number, all the same suit.
Does it take a long time?
Oh, yeah.
How long? Longer than a game of Monopoly or?
Not as long as Monopoly, but it's up there.
Okay. Yeah, I had no idea what Phase 10 is,
I didn't either. But our boss plays it with his family every weekend, apparently.
Yeah, My Little Pony, classic.
Oh yeah,
Transformers.
My little sister had
classic.
My Little Ponies. I loved Transformers when I was I wanted to be a Transformer when I was a little kid.
There's a weird group of dudes that are into My Little Pony. They're called bronies, and I'm not trying to make this dark, but the FedEx shooter, that weirdo, he belonged to a lot of these groups like that, the bronies types of groups. It's this bizarre kind of group of people that are just fascinated with My Little Pony that happen to be guys. So that's really weird to me. I always think about that when I see My Little Pony. But Transformers, of course, iconic. But I'm new to Phase 10.
Yeah.
I'm new to
It's
that.
been around since the 80s. It's millions and maybe probably a billion have been sold, from what I'm told.
Yeah, I'm out of the loop totally. All right, coming up next, Tony Kennett, the Tonus, will join us. I want to get his thoughts on that Fox News host. That's going to be the head of the Department of Defense. A lot of people clearly forgetting what his military resume may be. We'll get Tony Kennett's thoughts on that coming up right after we check the news with Harrison Silcox.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A wanted man arrested in Johnson County. 53 degrees, rainy in downtown Indianapolis. That rain probably going to stick around throughout the evening with temps not expected to drop much. Expect a low of 52. I'm Harrison Silcox for Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 5:29. Police say they brought Roderick Bonnell into custody Wednesday morning after the man's girlfriend told them he was in an SUV outside of the Johnson County government annex. He had been wanted in Delaware and Marion counties.
She had given me, as the sheriff, the vehicle key so we could gain access to the vehicle and him. She had no issues with assisting us, but she was fine, and she was going to head back to Indianapolis.
Johnson County Sheriff Dwayne Burgess, he says officers used tear gas through the rear hatch of the car, causing Bonnell to get out. That's how they made the arrest. It's only going to get colder in Indiana, so it's not a bad idea to prepare for bad winter weather, says Randy Bowers with the National Weather Service.
By then, it looks like we'll be in a situation where we would have the threat potentially for some snow. And we'll see how that plays out for this year, how much snow we get, but we know we'll have at least some periodically throughout the wintertime. So now's the time to think about that.
And your home specifically says check those gutters, make sure they're clean, and keep your pipes insulated. President Joe Biden and President-elect Donald Trump met for about 2 hours at the Oval Office today. Fox's Jared Halpern reports.
President Biden greeted his predecessor and successor, President-elect Trump, with welcome back as the two met for the first time since last week's election.
Was indeed very cordial, very gracious, and substantive.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says President-elect Trump came to the meeting with a detailed list of questions, and the two presidents spoke for nearly 2 hours.
You're going to hear me continuing to say this over and over again, the importance of having a smooth transition, and importance of having an orderly transition.
President-elect Trump also met with House Republicans while in Washington. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Trump's also continuing to make appointments to his cabinet today. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz has been nominated for Attorney General. Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, she was chosen as the Director of National Intelligence. You might find it odd that 2 weeks after benching quarterback Anthony Richardson, the Colts have decided to make him the starter again. Head coach Shane Steichen says Richardson responded well to the benching.
Where Anthony has developed over the last 2 weeks and his growth that he's made. And like I said, is it a finished product? No. But we got a lot of faith that he's going to be our franchise quarterback because of abilities and the person that he is.
Steichen says the last couple of weeks have not been easy, but claims that he never gave up on Richardson in the first place. With traffic at 5:32, here's Matt Bear.
Crash downtown Harrison, westbound 70 West Street. Center lane is closed, stopping traffic into the south split. 6-minute delay. Eastbound 70 also struggling after Tibbs Avenue into the south split. That is a delay time of 14 minutes. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic before the White River to Meridian Penn. Northbound 65 stop and go traffic Michigan Street up to west. Inbound 70 slows from Sherman Drive into the north split. On the northeast side, eastbound 465 stop and go from Westfield Boulevard over to the White River. Northwest side southbound 465 jam 79th past the 65 ramps. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better. Come into any of their locations and make the salesperson prove the superiority of the Royal Spa product. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday night, we're looking at periods of rain throughout the evening hours. About 100% chance of that rain in your neighborhood, with rainfall totaling maybe all the way up to an inch of rain by the end of the evening hours. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renard Sudas for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
He is an investigative reporter for the Daily Signal, and when he's not on vacation, he is the host of the Tony Kennett Cast here Monday through Friday, right after our show at 93 WIBC. Tony Kennett, my friend, how are you?
I am excellent, gentlemen.
So let's dive into these Trump cabinet picks. I love a lot of these. I love some more than others, but I am on board with what I'm seeing so far. And yesterday, Nigel and I did our show out at the fairgrounds. We're talking about the World Food Championships. We have a great show. We come home, we're decompressing, and then we find out that Donald Trump has tabbed Pete Hegseth to be the head of the Department of Defense. So I'm just curious as to your thoughts on this, Tony.
It is absolutely fantastic. I'm here for it. We actually got a nod from one of our friends inside the Trump transition team about 10 minutes before the news went live. So we actually got to break that on air, which is a very cool experience. And a lot of people immediately got upset. A Fox News host? Oh, the horror. The man was a combat veteran, decorated twice, 3 times, in fact, a major, ran 2 veteran organizations, and has not only been a phenomenal author, but is just really well liked by the troops. And I don't know, I think that's kind of good for the Secretary of Defense.
Isn't it kind of laughable that so many blue check marks and people with large followings just see him as the Fox guy and not a guy who's got a pretty damn good military resume?
I think that's kind of some low-hanging fruit. The blue hairs, the journos, they're going to be mad whenever you do anything. No one's ever good enough for them. Obviously, we don't even have to fight with them because anything's better than the transgender dress-wearing guy with 15 mental illnesses becoming the Secretary of Defense. Just saying. But I think really the argument to be made is to our friends on the Republican side of the aisle who say, well, maybe he should be like a retired general. Otherwise, he's so out of his league. He's not even going to know what he's doing. I'm sorry. You guys do realize that these guys have advisors and they can appoint staff. It's not just like they put you in there and they're like, all right, you enjoy directing 60,000 people. You have fun. It bothers me how unlearned some of these people are.
And by the way, it fascinates me how, I never thought in a million years talking about a president-elect's cabinet picks would be interesting at all. But this has been the most fascinating, past couple of days I can remember talking about this. And the same people, by the way, that say, oh, Pete Hegseth doesn't have enough experience to be Secretary of Defense. Did Pete Buttigieg ever get that kind of criticism?
What about old balls Tim Walz?
Oh, yeah.
No. See, only Republican picks for positions who lean a little bit on the more traditional conservative or the populist side. See, they're held up to every standard, and then everyone else just has no standards at all. So, I think that's fair. Come on, what do you expect? The guys that think that men can get pregnant actually have standards on competence? And get real.
Yeah, I'm in on Pete Hegseth. I am. I think he's going to do a great job. My favorite pick, though, if I'm seeding this out in a March Madness style bracket, is the border czar, Tom Homan. This looks like the type of dude, when you were a kid and you had something bad happen at school or you do something squirrely, and you kept hearing, oh, just wait till your dad comes home. He's dad. That's dad.
I want to make this clear because I had the privilege of actually getting to sit down and talk with him a couple of weeks ago before the election. Really? I was in D.C. He was one of the people that I got to speak with, and I asked him about a lot of the particulars. I think that this administration Trump is putting together, I'm glad you brought up the sports reference there with March Madness, because realistically, this is like going to the Olympics and setting up the dream team. This is one of the best set of cabinet picks it is. And not just people that really like Trump. 2 of his former rivals are in senior positions. You have Mike Huckabee, the ambassador to Israel. You have Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State. He really is putting together probably the most powerhouse-packed team of mavericks to be in an administration since JFK, really.
And if you think about it, Tony, we've had women be selected. We've had people with Latino heritage be selected, which is really wild because I was told that Adolf Hitler was the president-elect.
I got to tell you, if I was going to be a white supremacist and a sexist and a misogynist and a homophobe and all that stuff, I probably wouldn't go appoint a bunch of those individuals to my administration. So, if Trump is trying to be super Hitler, he's doing a really bad job. Honestly, 1 out of 10, not even a little bit clannish.
We're speaking with Tony Kinnett here on the Hammer and Nigel show. One of the things Hammer and I discussed yesterday was that I don't know if you feel this, if it's palpable or not, but the second time around for Trump, I don't feel as much. Maybe I'm seeing a lot of it on social media, but because we live in this bubble, but I'm not seeing as much of a freak out as I did in 2016 when there were riots where people were actually setting things on fire outside the White House after I haven't seen any major demonstrations or protests or anything like that. I'm just wondering, maybe, Tony, now that it's been a week, to let the dust settle, and how you feel about everybody's reaction so far.
I'm going to tell you how to sum up the reaction from both the protesters here at home all the way to around the world with how countries are reacting. Santa Claus is coming to town, all right? He sees when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Trump is coming to town, folks. You've got Qatar kicking Hamas out. You've got Putin and Zelensky suddenly going, yeah, maybe some peace would be nice. It's really hilarious. I mean, again, this is part of the Trump picking the Mavericks. This man ain't going to do the first administration trying to figure out how it works for the first 18 months, and then midterms pops up, and then it's too late. You're seeing Trump come to get to work. And I think there's a lot of the country on the left and the right that's just kind of sitting on the edge of their seat going, oh, man, what's he going to do? What's he going to do?
Right. And I'm glad you bring that up because I think that's important. I feel like Donald Trump selecting this cabinet compared to the first time around where he was just passing out favors to his buddies, allowing people like Omarosa and the Mooch to come near the White House, people like that. I feel like, believe it or not, the old man has learned a little bit, and he's listening to some other people here.
Now, I'm not going to say that the guy that you're talking to on the phone right now is under consideration for one of these very minor positions, but also I am. And I got my fingers crossed that I am chosen to be one of the people, just being transparent with you guys, chosen to help dismantle the U.S. Department of Education. My fingers are very crossed.
What is wrong? I keep on hearing Donald Trump. He's been releasing these videos. I've never seen him do this before, but he's been releasing these policy videos. One of them is the Department of Education. He wants to dismantle it. Why does he want to do that, and why should that happen?
I want you guys to imagine a restaurant that every time you go, you get food poisoning. And then every time you hear about someone going to the restaurant, they get food poisoning. And you look at each other and go, have they ever made like a single good meal? That's the Department of Education. They have not improved one facet of American education. All they do is gatekeep funds that should go to American students and teachers behind all of this social political nonsense. I think that if California wants to teach its students in one way, that should be fine. If Indiana wants to teach its students a different way, that should be fine. No weird goofball union member should be sitting as king at the head of the Department of Education and ruling who gets what money. I think that's kind of disgusting. That's just me.
Tony Kinnett with us from the Daily Signal. One more thing here on Trump's cabinet selections. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy.
There it is.
They are tasked with basically cleaning up some of these departments. Fancy talk for firing the bejesus out of a lot of worthless people just taking a paycheck in Washington. The left is losing their mind over this. They hate Elon Musk with a passion of a million fires. Where are you at?
There's a scene in Parks and Recreation in which Ron Swanson is appointed to a task force on cutting the budget of Pawnee. And he is in there in this meeting literally just offering ways to shut down parts of the local government. And at one part, he starts chanting, slash it, regarding the budget. I got to tell you, that's not only where Elon and Vivek are, that's where the most of the country is. All of these bureaucrats who've been lording over us at our expense for years, I'm so sorry. I don't care. Get a real job. Don't feel bad for you at all. Please let the door hit you on the way out.
I think it was Elon Musk who said, we're not a threat to democracy, we're a threat to bureaucracy.
Straight into my veins, 24/7.
All right, I know you're off tonight. Who's filling in on the Tony Kinnett cast?
we're going to have Ethan Hatcher on, and then tomorrow I'm going to be sitting down with Senator Ted Cruz and Representative Scott Perry. So, like, it's a booked show tomorrow.
And keep us updated on your little nomination there, too, that you got going on, please.
The last press secretary of the Department of Education. Why, yes, I'll keep you very up to date on that.
Okay,
find him on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at The Tonus. Tony Kennett, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
It's starting to be fall in Indiana, the perfect time to tackle home projects you've been putting off before winter arrives. With Moss Roofing by your side, you don't have to do it alone. They're ready to assist with your roofing and siding needs, ensuring your home is safe and ready for the holidays. Let Moss Roofing, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com, give your home a serious glow-up with premium James Hardy siding, tough enough to face Indiana's wild weather and stylish enough to turn heads on your block. And the best part, their free inspections come with a 3D design preview so you can see your home's stunning makeover before the work begins. Contact Moss Roofing for a job done right every single time at Moss Roofing, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com, or call 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 317-747-3665. That's 747-3665. Or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com. And don't forget, tell them Tony Cat sent you.
We know that around the holidays, things don't always go as planned. That's why Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles, the best warranty around. So make memories this season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop drivehubler.com or any of our 12 locations. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and includes a 128-point vehicle inspection, plus a free Carfax history report. Choose from over 2,000 Chevys, Fords, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes and models. Certified luxury, even the hard-to-find ones. No matter where your plans take you, spread cheer all season long, knowing Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 12 locations. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Rob from my friends at Universal Windows Direct. And we're headed into winter, and you don't want to be stuck with old, drafty windows making your heating system work overtime. Universal Windows Direct is here to keep you warm and save you money on those energy bills. And right now, what a great deal going on with Universal Windows Direct. For every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free. There's no limit. Oh, and on top of that, Universal Windows Direct is offering 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years, interest-free. Now, some restrictions do apply, so to get all the information, call today at 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Oh, yeah, and Universal Windows Direct backs their windows with a true lifetime warranty. That means your windows are covered for as long as you own your home. And if you ever decide to sell, the warranty transfers to the next homeowner for 20 years. Universal Windows Direct, 317-659-7574. Tell them Rob sent you.
A true partner in your health dedicates time to understanding your needs. At CenterWell Senior Primary Care, doctors make one-on-one time with you a priority, so you can get all your questions answered and feel more confident in your health care. See how it feels to have a team of senior care experts working together to help you feel your best. CenterWell, it's about time. Schedule a tour today at meetcenterwell.com. That's meetcenterwell.com.
Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month.
Any heating and air conditioning problem you've got, we can take care of you. 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Hey, Matt Bear, what's up?
Hammer downtown crash westbound 70 West Street. It's in the center lane, and we are stopped all the way back to the north, a split for a delay of about 26 minutes. Inbound 65, stop and go from the White River to the north split. On the west side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic from Rockville Road down to Sam Jones Expressway because of construction. Boone County, southbound 65, approaching the Dog Leg. That is a crash. It's blocking the right lane, causing stop traffic to White State Youngstown Parkway. Eastbound 465 northeast side jam from Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better hot tubs. 24-hour water filtration, purification, and aeration means better water quality. Natural minerals and Epsom salts means better relaxation. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
54 and rain at the American Standard Heating Weather Center here at 93 WIBC.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hammer, one of my favorite actors, Denzel Washington, has definite plans to retire. Here's what he said about it in a recent interview, also confirming his part in a major Marvel movie.
I don't know how many more films I'm going to make. It's probably not that many. I want to do things I haven't done. I played Othello at 22. I'm about to play Othello at 70. After that, I'm playing Hannibal. After that, Ryan Coogler is writing a part for me in the next Black Panther. After that, I'm going to do the film Othello. After that, I'm going to do King Lear. After that, I'm going to retire.
Seems like there's quite a few after that before this whole retirement thing happens.
Man, he looks good for 70. Denzel, I mean, really up there as one of my favorite actors. Best supporting actor for the movie Glory back in the late 80s.
Great movie.
About the Union's earliest African-American
Matthew
regiment.
Broderick is in that. Yeah.
I think some other guys are in that. Who am I thinking of? Who's the guy in Shawshank? Who was Andy Dufresne's?
Tim Robbins.
Yeah, not Tim Robbins, but Andy. His
Morgan
bud,
Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. I can't believe I came up with that. Such a great movie.
Sorry, you said Andy Dufresne.
Won,
I just went to Tim Robbins.
Training Day, Best Actor. And then I'll go, like in no certain order here, Flight, Equalizer, American Gangster was incredible. Remember the Titans, Man on Fire, Crimson Tide, Courage Under Fire. And the most underrated Denzel Washington movie is Book of Eli. No question about it.
I have nothing to offer this conversation because I've only seen like one or two of those. I'm not a movie guy. Like, if I started rattling off obscure Chicago Cubs, I would expect nothing from you.
But Training Day, you've seen Training Day.
Training Day is good.
Yeah.
One of the great scenes of all time was when you have Denzel Washington surrounded by local youth. Okay. All right.
That's at the end of the film.
Yes.
Shot him in the butt. Yeah.
Yeah, you watch way more movies than I do. The way I can rattle off stupid stuff is the way you can rattle off, like, respectable movies.
So, yeah, Denzel, I'm always 70. He does not look 70, especially when he plays the Equalizer.
Some people just, they've got those genes, right? We were talking about this yesterday, I think. Like, actor Paul Rudd, he's another one. He's getting up there in age now, but he still looks like he's in his 30s and 40s.
But what did you say about Wilford Brimley and Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd right now, this was true actually a couple of years ago, is older now than Wilford Brimley was when he did Cocoon.
Wow.
But Wilford Brimley, I think, had that mustache when he was 8.
He was born with that thing.
He came out of the womb with that mustache going, diabetes.
Okay. Got a survey here for you. See what you think of this. 1 in 12 employees have never pooped at work.
I believe that. Some people are just home bowl people.
I mean, look, if I could get home field advantage every time, I would. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like sometimes I don't disappear in this building for 10 minutes.
Right, and I get that, and I understand the argument of you want to have home bowl.
Yeah.
But you also got to look at it this way. I'm getting paid to poop when I go to work. I'm on the clock. And if I could actually get into one of these bathrooms where somebody from the newsroom is not in there doing god-awful things, I'll do it. Totally.
Nearly 1 in 5 employees refuse to poop at work unless it's absolutely necessary. And 1 in 4 choose to just hold it until they get home.
You know what? I understand both sides of the argument here. If you're not comfortable sitting on a strange warm seat that's got pubes on it, I get it. But also, if they're going to pay you to do that at work, you might as well do that at work. All right, do not go anywhere. We are coming back for one more hour. We got cabinet picks. We got Pete Hegseth. We got a lot of stuff happening at the Senate. We are the Hammer and Nigel Show.
As summer fades and the cool breeze of fall sets in, it's the perfect time to get back to the basics, especially when it comes to your financial future. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe in simplifying your retirement plan. Our team of advisors help you build a customized retirement strategy that is designed to help reduce risk, increase income, and mitigate tax. Whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your plan, we're here to guide you every step of the way. It's never too early or too late to make sure your financial future is